Okay, team, we're back. Sorry, running slightly behind here this morning, but we're back. All right, big day yesterday, awesome day yesterday, both on the stream and off the stream, absolutely nailing those shorts. Thank you everyone who did join, and those guys in Discord, congratulations. What a massive day. Let's not expect the same thing twice. Okay, new day, coming with that fresh mindset. We trade the market in front of us, not what we think is going to happen, or what we're going to hope is going to happen, what actually happens in front of us. Okay, so daily, some important things starting to happen here. What have we seen? Funnily enough, we've completed a mean reversion. All right, so all the guys who were trying to long outside the top Bollinger Band, big no-no on all markets. You're past 2 standard deviations. Markets do not like to be above there. And now we've seen 5-day fail back to 20-day. That's your mean reversion complete. And you can see straight out the newsletter, what do we talk to? Like a move towards 350s, I think was what we said in the newsletter. Why? Because it's where volume started to step back in, right? And we can see we're thick down here. All right, so we are currently protecting this shelf. All right, if we think about just structurally, we're still bullish overall. All right, that's a little internal swing. That's the push, all right, and we can still be bullish off this for the rotation higher time frame. It's important to know that. Yes, we now have buyers trapped up here, absolutely. Some of them would have got liquidated yesterday. Some of them will be trying to add on dips today, I would say. So what I'm going to basically say is we are probably, unless something changes, likely to go into a bit of a rotational market in between these zones, all right, somewhere in here, because buyers will want to protect that old high. All right. Sellers will want to protect this pivot low. All right. And then we are probably going to build out liquidity. Now, after such a big day yesterday, it's very, very possible that we just range rotate today. That doesn't mean we do small points, because the rotations have been 300-400 points big. Even think about this. The low is 285. We can afford to drift all the way up back to 800 if it really wants to. It's 600 points there. So let's look for some more detail, lower time frame in the hourlies, and we will go from there. All right, just stick with me down here. All right, nothing's changed. These are the same levels that have been on your charts all week. These are the same levels from the weekly newsletter. All right, here you go. We've come back to the old gap. We've come back to the old imbalance. All right, this old imbalance from a previous week. This was a naked point of control that we had never revisited. All right, so since, when was it? Since that gap up Sunday into Monday the 27th, right? We'd never come back here. Here's your drift higher, failure, shelf, and where are we going? There is your move for that POC. All right, so do I expect lower? Not necessarily. All right, possibly it's going to come, but I would imagine some liquidity needs to be built out, because this is a pretty big move that we've had from 8s to 2s or 9s to 2s. All right, 700 plus points is a pretty good move. So you would expect, very possible for some inside liquidity to be built in here. All right, very, very possible. And then if we want to get bearish end of week, fine. If they want to use this liquidity to reclaim, fine. But I would expect some form of rotation to happen in here after such a big move yesterday. So that's what I'd be watching. I wouldn't be looking for shorts under here, not unless there's massive momentum or some news catalyst. I'd be very, very careful, because this gets more congested. Remember, these are weekly profiles. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 week profiles, very condensed. Definitely 3 of them highly condensed in here. You can see even in this profile, lots of volume above value. So I'd say this area here is a highly contestable area. I wouldn't want to be a new money short down there. The short opportunities was here for recovers into here. Now we wait for liquidity to be built. If we move just up onto the 5-minute above us, you can see purple line's your 20-day. This is your gap fill and your old POC, all right, which is being protected. So what we're going to look at now, well, very simply, we have to pay attention to previous day value, all right? Previous day value area low is here, 6.6, all right? 660s, 650s, 650s, all right? 650s, previous day value area low. If we reject previous day value, all right, that gives me good confidence that we're going to attempt to come back down here, and this will probably be the range for the day if we do that. All right, so I'd be considering rotation in there. When you're playing rotation, you're not playing trend, which means you're fading edges. All right, very, very different market to a trending market. Just remember that. I can happily be wrong. All right, I'm going to happily be wrong. If we start reclaiming, all right, then we're going to look to attack the upside here on value. But I'd be very cautious because we have the way we distributed yesterday: distribution at the top, thin; distribution in the mid, thin; distribution, distribution, thin; distribution. You get the point. All right, there's lots of nodes that it might want to backtest. One of those is likely to be filled with sellers looking to get this move back down. It doesn't mean we move lower today. I want to make that clear. It's just that the rotation is likely to happen within the range parameters that we set yesterday and overnight. Where can that happen? Well, we can also think about fibs. Right, you can also think about fibs. And also remember, the gap fills don't count when they're not in New York. There's no volume done there, so just be aware of that. So if we go from that pivot high here to this pivot low here, funnily enough, we rejected the 50%. What a surprise. All right, we've got structure underneath if they do want to hold, but maybe something up into 650, 617 to that golden pocket might be interesting if buyers get stuck up there for that rotation back down. I'm not against buying dips today either for the rotation back up, but I need to see some structure form out in the New York session for that. Okay, lower time frame. I've got to get a bit of a move on here. Same thing, lower time frame. You can just see there's your double bottom low. All right, big wash, no structure. Think about this: a lack of structure on the way down. Double bottom low, right back up, repricing where we came down from. There's your higher low, and this is lower time frame bullish right now. I expect it to get stuck in one of these areas for a move, probably back down to there. It might even be the open. We will have to wait and see. Okay, let's go through some of the other indexes and the mag. All right, ES looking very, very similar. All right, gap fill completed, doing the same thing, drifting back up to yesterday's New York VWAP. Already through PDC. All right, be watching PDC, PDL, how we react there. We talked about it in the Discord. You know what you're looking for, that weekly model. If that starts to play out, just be aware of that. Think about Tuesday's lows, failed auction underneath. VIX still holding 19s. We are not in a risk-off scenario right now, right? This is increased volatility. Just zoom out a little bit, right? This has been steadily increasing in volatility for all months and then had a push up, or the last couple months, pull back down, held, and is going back upside again. Be very, very careful if they keep finding a bid on the VIX. We will look at this today because it's important to set tone, but BTC did come under the 100K, all right? If it back tests here, I'd say anywhere from 103 to 106 and finds failures, all right, then we're going to move lower. Market might get weak with it. All right, let's look at the mag. Apple, go down to a 5. All right, held up really well yesterday. Look at that. Held up yesterday. Impressive hold yesterday. So if Apple holds up again today, relative strength. If we have strength come back into the market, you'd expect Apple maybe to find a bump today. Amazon, all right, sold off yesterday, opening up pretty much flat on the day. So no real edge there. Again, big spike on earnings and after earnings, and then washing down back to that same level. I'm still long in that from much, much cheaper. Goog ranging a gap up here today. All right, it did get obliterated on earnings, and it's come back down towards its pivot. It's probably about a 61 from here to here. All right, so you'd be watching for Goog. If they do find a bid, they're going to try and take these out and then probably back down into the range, I would imagine. I don't think it has any major push beyond that. Meta, again, started to get weak off the earnings. All right, it's been sold off non-stop. Look at that. It's a big move down over 120 points. Okay, walked down in this channel. At some point, it might get some kind of relief rally and then be sold off again, or at least to retest the lows. But right now, holding above PDC. So a bit of a gap up there, not huge, but a bit of a gap up. Relief bounce on Meta. Microsoft, flat on the day, no edge there. Nvidia, slight gap up. Looks like it's trying to put in the bottom underneath those 200s, that whole number. Again, for Nvidia, what you're watching is these sort of 201s, 202, somewhere in there. Does it get stuck? If so, retest that low and maybe break down further. And Tesla, gap up in Tesla. So complete mixed bag. All of the mag doing completely opposite things. If we look at them as equally weighted right now, slight gap up, and that's it. All right. That is it. That is your edge. Not a whole lot of edge today. I'm expecting rotation and choppiness. What we did have yesterday was AMD after hours. Remember, I sold most of mine at the top. I'm still long a little piece from 158, but I did sell into these 260s into that push. Trimmed about 80% of my position. So AMD earnings were actually really good, but like we said, the froth is coming out the market right now. So now you have all these buyers who joined late, all right, now stuck. So if they keep rejecting that, we still have some more gaps to fill on AMD. Way down. And if we see weakness in the market, you might see it. There you go, big old gap. So remember, I'm long from down here. And if it wants to do that, or part of it down to like sort of 185s, it can absolutely do so. So wouldn't want to be a bull in AMD right now. All right, they priced in earnings. Like we said, market's forward looking. We price in ahead of time. Okay. 4 minutes here to the open. We look pretty good. We've got plenty of time here. And see a bit of reaction in this supply for now. All right, I'm not in a hurry this morning. All right, definitely not in a hurry this morning. I think we've had such a good day yesterday. It's worth letting a little bit of price discovery in this area happen. I expect some form of value to probably be found, especially with the mag all doing different things right now. You want to be somewhat careful. Any squeeze higher, if I start to see failures, I'm happy to play it back downside and then covering, and then we can see what's what. Let's see who's in chat today. Welcome, Rennie West. Thanks for joining. Good morning, Ken, Clint, John, Noah, Jesse, Thumper, Raphael, Jeff, Mike, Toby, Miguel, Daniela, InfoRisk, Richard, Chris, Roscoe, Silem, Array, Peter, Full Forward, Oaken, Troy, Tonio, Stephen, Moni, Mark, Emilio, Jonathan B, Eva, ERF, Sergio, Camus, Marek, Chris, Garbs, Larry, Brandon, Bart, Gigi, Mr. Slim, Firewater, Garbear, Christy W, Charles Clunch, Otis, Ransom. I made 19,000 on a 3K profit target last night and funded with one of the count. Did I blow it? Is okay. We're just gonna have to make a lot more probably. If there's consistency. One-on-one, LJ, Owen J. Gosh, lots of you in here today. Tonio, Patrick, Alan, Lauren, Mark, Ron, Aaron, Bert, David, Priska, Lou, Ejecto, Marlo, The Law, Capt, Gatney, Chris Cotto, and Global NW. Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome. Do me a favor, smash that like button nice and early. We're starting to see a little bit of a pullback early here in the market. I've just got to adjust some of my NinjaTrader levels here before I forget. Where do I have this? 52 is interesting. It's different. It is somewhat different there to what NinjaTrader had. We'll see. Put them both on. See which one wins. According to NinjaTrader, this is value area low from yesterday. So slightly different levels, and we're reacting off it. So rejecting yesterday's value according to NinjaTrader data, not according to TradingView. According to TradingView, it's up higher. So who knows, folks? These things do what they want. I have not had my morning coffee yet. That's the one thing I could do with. Okay. Just get some of these other levels on. Sorry, folks. Give me a second. I'm having to play catch up here. There we go. Beautiful. Okay. It's about to open up here, team. Nice and patient today, please. Expecting rotation today. All right, I'm expecting rotation today. Should put my right count on. There we go. All right, orders on the books. Anyone big? Any big boys on the book? Probably not. Not really. Not that I'm seeing at the moment. All right, here we go, folks. Just let this settle down. Again, not in a hurry today. Have a look at this mag. Tesla opening up 1.90% up. Nvidia just about green. Microsoft 1/3% down. Meta just over 1/4% up. Google 0.5% up. Amazon 0.5% down. Apple 0.5% down. That's the story right now, isn't it? So 1, 2, 3 of them currently red. 1, 2, 3 of them well green, and one of them pretty much just about green, trying to hold on to its overnight gains on Nvidia. So no edge here, I would say. No alignment right now in the market. We're basically opening up flat. If you look at PDC, that's where we're opening. We're opening up flat right now. So like I said, yesterday was a very good A+ setup. Today, we're going to need to build out some liquidity. Different markets don't expect the same thing every time you come to the market. That's why we attack days which are A+. Today, I feel like this is going to need to build out some liquidity for a bit. Morning, Scott. Morning. So I'd say previous day value area low. Right, I have it on NinjaTrader down here. On TradingView, apparently it's up here. But let's just see. As always, pay attention to that New York Open. So we've closed the gap. We're back to PDC. If we get through that gap, there's potential for a little bit of a squeeze up. Man, this is looking very different on NinjaTrader. Where's point of control? 870s, and this is saying 660s. That can't be right, man. That can't be right. I'm going to measure this again. Is this correct? Well, that is very different to NinjaTrader. Very, very different. But hey, I will try and respect it. I will try and respect it if that's the case. Where have you all got value area low? So NinjaTrader's got me value area low at 583 and POC at like 660. I mean, that is fairly substantial difference between 660 and sort of, what's this up here? 870. It's fucking impossible. How are we at 870 POC? I mean, is that higher day that we put in basically? Oh well. Discrepancies. 652. Yeah, so you've got what I've got on NinjaTrader. Yeah, I've got around the same. 660s, somewhere around there. All right, there are just so many nodes yesterday. We'll just see. Okay, currently bidding between previous day low, New York Open, PDC. Let's have a look at this mag again. Yeah, again, mixed bag. Nvidia now gone red. So you might get follow through for a retest towards overnight low or somewhere down there. All right, they might be looking, if we think about the pivots that we put in overnight. All right, lots of volume built out here. We can expect maybe volume here. This pivot here would be key. I would say a bear trap might well live under there if they want to do rotations today. And bull traps somewhere up here. And I'd expect us to just do a big rotation today. I don't expect a V-shaped recovery. I really don't. Not with the heaviness that came into the market yesterday. I think there's a little too much fear in the market right now to think about those V-shaped recoveries that everyone's been so used to recently. They're just hanging around that New York Open. Nothing's really moved yet. Approaching 5 minutes in, 55-point range. We can just wait and see what we do outside this first 5-minute candle. Just tagging previous day low, low time frame algo here. If we wash, you know, can't rule out a move to here necessarily. It's not ideal in a rotating market, but it's possible if we see weakness come in. Like this. All right, yesterday's VWAP is down at 472. So I can see some imbalances here as we sell through. You'll notice I'm not as interested today. It's just because of the setup, because we're inside range. If we want to expand lower, I'm interested, but I'm going to have to see structure start to shift to lower highs, lower lows, and really prove to me. And I'm not convinced. We've got this VWAP from yesterday down here as well, so I'm also very aware of that. Let's get a New York on today as well. You've got it at 654 on TradingView, and I've got it miles away. Yeah, I mean, that's where I've got it on NinjaTrader, so that makes sense. Okay, so we're going to play, let's just assume it's like the 650s, 650, 660, and if not, then we've got that volume node right at the high of day from yesterday, which I cannot see us revisiting today. I just do not see us going up there. There's no reason for the market to move all the way back right now. I think we just, if we don't move lower, then we build range. Okay, starting to see these sellers try and take control of this market this morning, probably for a move down towards this VWAP. And if they fail this VWAP into this block down here, maybe a little, I'd be careful about bears getting trapped in there today, to be honest. We'll see. Just watching the book here. Some strong selling coming in. So 500's here. Is there any liquidity lower? Not much resting liquidity today. I think everyone's played their hand. Probably most bears got their targets that they were looking for those gap fills. It's certainly what I was looking for in the newsletter. So like, again, like in the first, or basically from yesterday and overnight, we did every move I was really looking for this week. So now we have to build some more structure out. So VWAP to VWAP, previous day VWAP into current New York VWAP here. Sellers definitely got stuck at those lows into 88. They came flying in. That's a big push. All right, back to that New York open. I'm not bullish on this, so I just want to let things settle down. Buyers took control from 24 there. Here's your New York open tap. So I'd say if buyers rebid 24 in here, right, there's a chance to move back towards closure. So if they rebid on previous day low, there's a chance to move back towards closure. If they fail to rebid that, then they're going to be in trouble. And again, I'm not too interested yet because I just feel like we need to build out a lot of structure here today. Those were very, very, very big moves yesterday and overnight. And if we start to reclaim here, maybe a move back up to closure price, which they're attempting to do at the moment, or we're just at that New York open at the moment. Here we go. So they're attempting to do this squeeze up towards value area low, I'd say. Maybe just this sort of 600 pivot if they can get it. I'd say as long as they protect 24s here, there's probably a move to attempt to take out 74s and then PDC. Nice. So just in this small size scalping for that reclaim, can we get up to PDC and then value area low? Very aggressive with stops today because it's range rotation only. And I expect once we get to the top of range to see some failures. So like I said, sellers got stuck at these lows. Buyers took control of 24s. You can see it on the footprint. And they're going to try and complete this rotation into here. So your TP is here and here. Here we go. Lovely. So we're about to get these 75 first TP. Nice. No sellers up here yet. Okay, not going to be a dick for a tick, covering a little bit there in front of it. And then if we can get the next squeeze out through, fantastic. I only took that just based on the order flow I was reading, not based on anything else really. You could just see that the sellers got stuck under here. And then once we shifted a lower time frame point of control up, it made sense for that squeeze. Okay, so you can see they're failing in front of that. But there were some buyers trapped currently above 61 lower time frame. I still think there's a chance to complete the squeeze because we're holding above 24s. But, you know, just trade accordingly. Like I said, range rotation. Don't be expecting a big trending market. Be more aggressive with your stops today. Less aggressive with your size. Don't give it as much room. Think about trading the edges. I'd say your New York Open and VWAP is fairly key, as is PDL. So this kind of area here is where buyers stepped in, right? They stepped in here. Sellers are trapped. I'll give you the level. Under 500 right now. All right, so buyers will want to protect this. Sellers are trapped under here right now. All right, so you would want to see buyers protect this to complete the squeeze again. You just got to be taking profits when they're there today. It is a see money, take money type day. Not like yesterday. Not like yesterday. It's a different market today. Someone asked me yesterday, how do you know when it's a trending market? How do you know when it's like probably going to be range bound? And, we had a huge trend yesterday. Now we're probably into range bound. So here's the test of the single prints like we just talked about into around these 24s. If they don't hold this, then runners are done for the day and would probably rotate back towards his lows. So this is the key level that we're trading into now. If buyers cannot hold this, not interested in a rotation higher because it means failure from the buyers to attempt to move through the squeeze. You can see it's a big level. We had some single prints here on that last candle up through this level. Like I said, the sellers are trapped under 500, but I don't want to trade between 25 and 500. It's no man's land. So out of this on the runner now. Give it a chance. It's all right. Locking in just a few $100, $300 there. And we just wait and see now. Let them do the dance for a little bit. Okay, back to this volume node. Remember, sellers are trapped under 500. If they let them out, we sell through. I'd say where we're traveling into right now is where all the selling came in this morning. All of it came in under 500 this morning. All the aggressive market selling came in under 500 for about 3 minutes, just under 3 minutes. And then it got the delta flipped and we bid it back up. Amazon now 1% down. So you're getting a real mix here. Tesla 0.18% up. Nvidia 0.25% down. Microsoft 0.5% down. Meta pretty much flat. Google 0.5% up. Amazon 1% down. Apple 0.80% down. So complete mix, like we said. Like when you see that in the mag, you expect chop. When we've had a big day on, so they're trying to protect the 500s. They let it drift a bit too far under 520s for my liking. But let's see. If they push up and fail here, though, they're going to get in trouble. But I think they want to complete that rotation higher at the moment. But again, I've had my one shot at it. We're going to leave it alone for a second. They should have protected the 520s if they were going to show strength, which they haven't. They are reclaiming it, though. So they haven't let those sellers under 500 out yet. They're still stuck. Those sellers under 500 are stuck. A little bit of buying stuck over 60s, I'd say, at the moment. So just rotation. I look at the book. The book's very quiet. If you look at Bookmap, very, very quiet today. Until we get to one side of an extreme, I think if the market moves, you know, a decent chunk higher, I think you're going to see some sellers come in and defend the range. If we move maybe back to the 20-day or underneath that little internal pivot, let's call it, if we move under 400, I think you'll see some buyers step in. You'll probably see some bears step in, but if buyers defend between 400 and 350, I think you see a bear trap down there. So I think, you know, right now location is just scalp what is available only and wait for a drift outside of that. Your opening range now set for the day, which is 88 points. I mean, just make this make sense for you. Just look at the 5 minute just here. All right, I'm really interested if we can get up into sort of this spot up here. If sellers come in anywhere from here to here and defend that for that rotation that down. I'm also really interested if bears come flying in here and get stuck and bulls defend that, because I think we're going to be sort of planted in here today. I think that makes sense. Unless we get more fear in the market, you know, if this is a two-leg and they're just like, no, we're not done with it. It would surprise me, but we cannot rule anything out. So bulls, again, they're defending that 500. They never came down to it. They came, how much shy of 20s did they come? I guess they're only 10 points. They let it drift 10 points lower than they should have. It's not a lot. Just in this internal range still. Chop, chop. Choppity, chop, chop. Choppity, chop, chop. Are they going to complete the move to PDC? You've got two highs up there and then value above. That's what I'm thinking they're trying to do. Here we go. There's the squeeze. All right. No, you're not going to let me get involved. Ninja Trader, you're going to let me get involved. There we go. You can put orders out now. Thank God for that. Okay, nice move up here. PDC's your target. It's the same thing as earlier. They just let it drift a little bit lower than I would have liked. I'd say here and then here. And if we get through 600, you're looking for that move to 650. Looks really good now. Fantastic. It's what we looked for first time and it didn't come. And we have a good shot here of getting into 75 and then 600. On the book, we can see it up there. They're offering up there, so I expect us to go there. So TP1 here, there's your PDC hit. Make sure you're paying yourself. Now you're looking for 600, 650s. Lovely. Sending some into that. And then just this high up here. And then if we can drift into this, great. We're not buying into this, okay? Because this is the area where I expect rotation to possibly start and the edge might play back downside. So we're just trading rotation up right now because sellers got stuck under here. And we're trading this rotation. Lovely. Here we go. All right, 600's coming now. Very close to it. And then we can look for that little squeeze above it if it wants to get into these kind of areas up here. 650. We have some supply there from yesterday. Lovely. Oh my gosh, what a beautiful trade, folks. What a beautiful trade. Took 2 attempts at it, but we got it. I almost thought I wasn't going to get it because Ninja Trader wasn't letting me put an order out. Okay, here's your high of day of New York session. We've cleaned out now Globex, and we have the chance now to squeeze up towards these 650s. And then from that point there, I'll be thinking about a short. All right, I'll be thinking about a short from now until 650. Anywhere in here. If they do like some squeeze move and they fail, I'll be thinking about a short. If we get through it, I'll be thinking about the same thing here. If we start reclaiming all value, it's going to be a bit ugly. According to Ninja Trader, we're already inside of value, but I am going to watch this area here, that old POC that I have on Ninja Trader, which, you know, it's clearly a bit dubious, but there is volume here. So sort of 650, 660, somewhere in here, I'm interested. If the buyers fail, if too many exuberant buyers join late, you should be runner only now, folks. What a beautiful move. Starting to see too much buying at the highs here. They're going to get themselves caught soon if they're not careful. Which is actually what we want. Just one more move higher before you get yourself caught would be good. If we can get 650, 680, and then I'll think about selling into that. Yeah, nice, guys. Really nice. What a nice way to start the day, eh? In a rotational market, if we, you know, what do we get there? 60 plus points or something? Beautiful. Yes, thank you. I almost forgot that. We do have news. I posted it earlier. Here we go. So 10 o'clock ISM and the tariff hearing. You know what? That tariff hearing could be massive. Because what if they have to give all the money back? How do you give that money back? We'll see. All right, 610s. Remember, we're looking for 650s, ideally, if we get lucky, but you're runners only. All right, while this is happening, because we've got 10 minutes, I'm just going to put a brew on, all right? I'm desperate for a coffee. I'm very tired. Remember, for me here, it's still very, very early in the morning, all right? And we've had some good money. Move your stop into the money. Protect that opening range high, and then we'll see what's what. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Beauty. All right, stop getting moved up here. Fantastic. All right, here's an old VWAP up here. So just be careful now. And we're looking for that just move sort of 650, 660s. And if buyers get stuck up there, then I'm interested in selling it. You're starting to see some big buying coming in here. They're going to get themselves caught if they're not careful. One more squeeze up would be great. Fantastic. We've absolutely smashed that, folks. You should all have made some really good money here. That was a really mega trade like that. Honestly, I can happily to be done for the day with that if needed. That's really, really beautiful. And we're starting to come into an area where I'm interested in selling. All right, if we start reclaiming this area up here, if we start reclaiming, let's just call it 690s for a move back to 760s and above, I don't like it. So as in, I don't like it for shorts. So remember now, I'm just holding runner. And once we start to see failure, I'm going to think about the shorts because I know we're in a rotational market. So I want to play the edges today. If we start reclaiming all key levels, obviously, then I'm not going to play any edges. Hope that makes sense for everyone. How long have we got here? 7 minutes till news. They're going to make this tricky. How long? I need to look into this hearing a bit more. I'm guessing it's going to go on all day. It's not going to be like one news drop. Surely. Let me get... really good. Looks so good here, folks. It looks so good here. Let's get financial juice open. Give me a second. Get some info on this. So Supreme Court hearing will be all day, will it? Okay. We just got to be careful for that. That's the that's the anomaly, I'd say. All right, beautiful. Here we go. Woof. What a move. Just keep managing your position. I'm moving my stop up, trailing tighter now because this is an area where we can potentially fail. And if we start reclaiming all of this, I mean, if you get really lucky today you get, a move up into 770s and all the way up. But, I'd expect us to start failing soon. Give you a readout on the mag. So Nvidia's flipped, that's why. So Tesla's 0.5% up, Nvidia now 0.75% up, Microsoft 0.5% down, Google over 0.5% up. Sorry, Meta over 0.5% up, Google 1.76% up. That's the strong one today. Remember, that's had relative weakness, so it's finding a bid, found a floor. Amazon 0.45% down, and Apple 0.57% down. So some selling here started, some buyers caught near the highs. So I expect a rotation to start happening here or hereabouts. If it doesn't happen and they want to keep drifting it, so be it. All right. But somewhere in here, if not all the way up here. All right. So we just have to see how we act now. VIX getting absolutely crushed here this morning. Maybe it wants to visit previous day low. I don't know. Just manage your positions. Don't be too greedy. Definitely don't be adding new long positions up here, please. But yeah, you've probably made enough money to be done today, to be quite honest. Where's previous week low? 700s, previous week open, 22s. Yeah, expect some failure. Remember, this is a straight squeeze up. We lack structure. If they trap buyers up here, they can slam this very, very quickly. All right, so make sure your stop is placed accordingly for that. I'd say here's a big level, 760s is a big level, and then those sort of 880s again. I can't imagine we're going to go up all the way up there today, but I mean, you can't rule it out like we talk about. You can't rule it out, but I wouldn't have thought we'd do 880s today. Lots of buying coming up here. Can they hold this bid? What? This is quite a squeeze here, folks. We're up way more than I thought we were going to be on this move. Previous week low, 700s would be a big over-under. VIX still getting absolutely decimated here. We're starting to get struggling a little bit now with buyers coming in. Maybe one more pop and they might start to struggle. Just be careful, please. Be careful, please. This is a short squeeze. It's nothing more than that, okay? It's a short squeeze back into an area of range. And if we keep drifting, you know, this is the next block. But just be careful here. Please manage your positions accordingly. Battle up there. In this last candle, it's battle up there. We can drop hard because we lack structure. Just be aware of that, like I've talked about. We can drop really hard. Starting to see some aggressive selling step on here. So if they can't catch this bid, we're going to start repricing back to where we came from. So I'm fully out of this now. Don't like what I'm seeing on the tape. We can drift higher, but it's going to go without me. It's a good hold there. Maybe I was a minute too early. Oof. Well, so I'm flat on this. Remember, previous week low is basically on 700. This little faded green line, that's your previous week low. I'm interested in the short. We haven't set up a short yet. I'm just speaking out what I'm thinking about. I'm interested in the short. Did just trap some buyers up there above 84s for the first time, but still got low hanging fruit above if they want to go for previous week low, previous week open. So 700 to 720s possible if they really, 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 really want to go for it. And then, I mean, we get way thicker into 760s. And this is nothing more than a squeeze right now. So I expect it to fail at some point because we lack structure. Where was that pivot that we broke down from? One there. Yeah, we're kind of into it. I expect us to fail soon. Buyers keep trying to market buy these highs. If they don't get a squeeze out higher, they're going to get caught. They keep attempting to market buy these highs. Oof. What is going on there? This is quite the move back and forwards. Is this the news dropping? That delayed reaction? Yes, the news. Just remember, we've squeezed up. If they let this go, it can get real nasty, especially if they don't like the newsprint. Buying, trying to hold up this low. If they fail this, we can wash pretty drastically. Pretty drastically. Where did they just come in there? 70s. Buyers trying to hold 70s right now. And buyers caught offside on that last squeeze higher as well. I think we're about to do a move here. Let me just check this news. ISM services actual 56.2 versus 50. Service prices paid 70 versus 69. PMI 52 versus 50s. Big level here into 70s that they're holding so far. If they fail this, there's a wash coming. So buyers are trying to hold these 70s right now. And we can come right back down because we lack structure. Remember, folks, this is a straight squeeze up. We lack structure. If they let go of this, it can get very, very nasty. Still holding what I had as a previous week point of control. In here, it thinks we're back inside of value. If we let go of value, all right, we're going to move back down into this block here. Like basically this can be like this now. All right, so if we let go of this, we can rotate down here. If we keep chopping here, then maybe they're going to try and attempt to get up here. I don't know. But those are the levels that we're looking at. I think a wash is coming. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. All right, grabbing some of this. Back to flow zones. Remember, I'm scalping as I go today. Lovely. All right, so just shy of that previous week low, that weekly low came in. We expect rotation in this market. All right, so first rotation was from here. Oh, God, can't draw it. Shorts got, oh, God, come on. Shorts got stuck at low day here. All right, we were looking for 20s. It drifted just below to 10s. There's your squeeze out, TP1 and TP2. And that was basically TP3. And if we do one of these again today, then guess what? We're going to come back down into this because we're looking for a rotational market, which is why we're playing the edges. And Alex is basically completely done for the day. He's just destroyed the market in the first 30 minutes. You're welcome. Tekaboo, tekaboo. Make your money here, folks. All right, these are the easy setups we're taking today, this morning. And there we go. And there we go. What a beauty. What a beauty. That spike up on news trapped everyone above their 80s. And now we drift down and we look for some structure. So I'm already, like I said, just taking my profits as we go today. Not expecting anything more. That's it. Job done. Money made. If we get more failure, great. If we get more extension, great. We'll just do the same thing over and over. But I'm going to play the edges today because we're not in a trending market. Definitely not bidding here. No chance, mate. You're not going to catch me bidding up here. Even if this wants to go 750s, I'm not bidding up here. No, 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 no. Way too risky. Make sure you're zoomed out. Understand structurally where we are. Right? Do you want to be bidding where we failed from? Think about this. Think about the liquidity that we made yesterday overnight. There's the bull trap. Where did we fail from? All right. We're drifting back into here. We will get stuck either here or here. One of these places, they will try and defend. It would have to take a huge amount to make us do that. And I'm not seeing a reason why the market would do a V-shaped recovery today. I think quite the opposite. We just build liquidity out. Lovely. So yeah, hopefully you guys got at least one of these trades and we can hold for down here. Hopefully we come all the way down here. It would be nice. Let's go. Let's go. Might have to be a slightly shorter stream today, folks. We'll have to see. I'm on dog duty today. Yeah, so dubs in chat. If you caught any of it with me today, hopefully that's 2 days in a row. If you joined me yesterday, you should have had a monster day yesterday. Also, shout out to one of my students who's currently #1 on the Tradeify leaderboard. Took the short overnight yesterday, took the short with us on stream. Absolutely crushed it. Crushing it. Alvaro, 3K on the day. I'm done. Thank you, brother. You're welcome. Troy, I got both, Alex. Amazing work. You're welcome, dude. One-on-one got it. Otis got it. Peter got it. Love it. Love it, folks. All right, so a hold here. So potentially, if they let these buyers out who are trapped above 80s, they go for the 50s. Again, I'm done with this already. All I needed was that scalp down. I can always re-enter in. I'm just taking what's in front of me when it's available today because we're not in a trending market, to make that really, really clear. See money, take money. When you hear me say see money to take money, I'm just scalping my way through it rather than playing a trend. Right, there's previous week low now properly tapped. So potentially a trap here. If not, 760s is the target. Let's see if that's on the book. There is a bit up there into 40s, 50s, 60s. So maybe they want to try and squeeze up there for that next move, which it looks like they do. All right, so they're going to go for it then. and then we can reevaluate when we get there. Again, I'm not longing here. I don't care if it offers a trade from here to here. There's no way I'm longing in supply. Just not going to do it. Good habits only. Maybe VIX wants PDL. We will see. Black Widow up 4K, about to pass my evals and finish the course. Thanks so much for all the info, Alex. You're welcome, bud. Nice work. All right, failing above previous week low. Not too many buyers caught up there. There was some strong selling up there, but no, not too many guys. He's pretty small up there, 30 lot. It was exuberant on the way through the 700s. Come straight back down, so we haven't moved through it. Maybe that's a failed breakout. Maybe it's a failed look above. We're going to find out in a minute. If they start breaking this shelf, I'm interested. This is just like yesterday. If they break the shelf, I'm interested for a collapse down. Here we go. He's retesting the bottom side of this volume now. So this volume here, this is so much like yesterday, right? This becomes key. If they hold this, they're going to look for this rotation. The moment this fails, we're very thin, and we can expect maybe 50s. All right, so what I'm actually going to do is move this down. All right, this is very similar to yesterday. So if they defend this, 760s. If they fail it, 550s. And that's just what it's offering. We can only trade what's in front of us. I don't want to trade in this volume. I'm going to wait for either it to come up here and fail or fail underneath here and collapse. Be very careful of a bear trap underneath here because it's done that once today already where we scalped out. I mean, the thing is, I have VPOC right here. Roscoe, which from yesterday, and on TradingView I have it up here, but on NinjaTrader I have it where we are right now. So this is a level and this is a level. So it's, I don't know why it's reading the tick data differently. So I don't know where you have it. Maybe you have it up here, which is where TradingView has it. NinjaTrader has it right here where we are trading at the moment. Yeah, so Psychosis has the same as me. So NinjaTrader, we all have it here where we are now. Yeah, I know, mate. They're different. I don't know why, but they are. They're just because there was so much distribution yesterday. Maybe it's dealt it different. Make sure you're looking at it on NQ, not MNQ as well. That will also make a difference. But yeah, I'm playing this level here. I'm interested in. If not, this level of supply. If not, right the way up here. I do not expect us to come up here. Right, that'd be a full reclaim of yesterday. Based on what? Based on what? Ask yourself why. No, I don't expect that. I expect rotation. Back towards the low of this shelf. I want to see VIX get into previous day low. It's quite close. It's finding a bid in front of it at the moment. If it could drift all the way down and then find a bid, it would be great because then we don't leave any low hanging fruit. Okay, watching this area, very much like yesterday now, we're going to go into this like sort of sideways action for a bit and it will build out liquidity and then it will make its decision when it's ready. Am I thinking of Asia low? Not at the moment. I don't think it's got a reason to go down there at the moment. I think, you know, if we rotate, this is the first level, right? It's a scalp day, all right? If we rotate this somewhere in here is probably where we come down to. We can't think beyond that right now. VWAP and here and here. If it fails these, then yes, but right now we're just trading to there. Okay, here's the move. Lovely. All right, let's see if they fail this or they trap. In this small size, folks. Why is my VWAP just moved? If they reclaim, just cut straight away. It's trying to play for when it comes. Only thing is the VIX. It's just not timing quite right yet. Can I lock this, please? There we go. Okay, reclaiming already. If there's no follow through downside, then I'll cut this. I'm not going to sit through to the other side of the range. Looks okay so far. Just don't want to see them rebid 50s. They are trying to rebid 50s. We've got to sell through those guys, otherwise no good. So I can always cut and get back in, remember. Not going to hold on to a loser. Needs to sell through 50s aggressively back down to the 600s. Want a 50-point swipe down, basically. Here we come. It's 50s. Want to see follow through now. If we don't get follow through, I'm just going to take this off. I want to see follow through instantly at this level. No. All right, cut this now. Can always get back in. I know that might seem stingy, but it's just based on what I'm seeing on the tape. They're battling over this level now at 60, so they're trying to reclaim 60 and walk back up. So 60s, they can try and drift up to 75 now. So I don't want to hold through that drift back up while they make that decision. I can always get back in once they start to show me failures. Remember, main move on the day has been an upside drive this morning. Flow zones are pointing upside, but I'm trying to play the edges because we're playing range. So I'm kind of ignoring flow zones. So if you do it now, you dirty bastards. We're annoyed. Am I scared to lose? Are you fucking stupid, mate? Is it your first time here? Are you an idiot, Game Zone? Were you here yesterday? Do you know? In fact, you are not worth my free education. This is very simple. You do not get to benefit from me. I'm not going to tolerate people like you. Good luck watching dickheads on other streams because you, my friend, are gone. Goodbye. You will never get education from me again. See ya. Peace out, dick. Not got time for it. This is why I get so close to being like, I'm not going to stream anymore and I'll just do it for my community. We're the realist guy out there calling stuff before it happens with thesis. Go and watch Patrick, you fucking clown. Or TJR, or one of these other fucking idiots who are going to teach you absolutely nothing. All right, here's 50s failing now. Watching this closely for that drift all the way down into 600s if we can get it. I want to be careful of a bull trap here. Okay, just any reclaim, I'm not interested, but I'm looking for the 50s fail down towards 600s, all right? We lack structure in this move up. I'm looking for a reprice of this structure. If they keep trapping here, I'm just going to leave it alone. All right, if they keep trapping in, let me draw it. If they keep trapping in low volume, if I've had like 2 attempts, I'll leave it alone and just let it sort of figure itself out. Because if buyers keep stepping in here and sellers are looking for that move and they don't want to give it, eventually it will fuel this move up. So I want to be careful. Again, just scalping what's available when it's available. If it's not going to come for us today, we just leave alone. Still defending 50s so far. So far looks okay. Buyers trying to step on the gas here at 55s. Don't want to see them reclaim. Okay, out again probably. Almost out. Missed me by a tick. I'm at 60. What's this level here? 64 at the moment. Almost knocked me out here. Here we go. Come on, sellers. There you are. They've just stepped on it. They need follow through now. If we don't get a new low here, I'm out. I'm pulling this break even. we don't get a new low here, I'm out. Because they've just come in flying in here. This is the battle zone. You can see this guy right here. These guys just stepped on the gas. We need a break below this shelf now on Bookmap. Hopefully you can see what I'm looking at. These guys here, these sellers at these lows, we need a break below, otherwise I'm out. Not going to sit through it. No. No. Done for me. I'll just wait back. They had their chance there. Can always rejoin in, like I always talk about. Can always rejoin in. I can set you as a mod, Miguel. Give me a sec. Refresh this so I can see you. There you go, buddy. Yeah, I mean, I might still do it here, folks. We've had a couple of attempts in these levels here. If you look at Bookmap, we've had a few attempts and we're not seeing the follow through. So because we're in a scalping market, I want to be on the side of caution because there is a chance, where's Bookmap? There is a chance, all right, that they want to drift it higher. So think about these strong sellers who have come in at the lows twice now. Well, okay, we'll just do a line then. Under here, you see all these guys, these big red bubbles, and they're not, you know, look at this guy at the low. He's got caught offside. So the battle's back in here inside volume. So we just wait for that volume to like make a decision now. I don't want to get stuck. Yeah, I don't want to get stuck in here. All right, strong selling came in. This guy defended from here, 75. All right, so if he gets, is it 75? 72. All right, so if he gets pulled out of this market, then they can complete this rotation up to here. So that's why I want to be careful. We needed to hold under 672, and we needed these sellers to take control for the break lower. We're not seeing that. So, and again, I'm not going to long here just because I don't see what I want on the sell side. There's no way I'm longing up here. So now we just wait. We just wait. It's okay. Like I said, today's going to be different to yesterday. Oh, now they're having one more attempt. Look at these sellers coming back in again. No follow through yet. Just to that edge again. So if we can't see follow through, what does it mean? It means there's a passive buyer on the tape absorbing. All right, which means they want to move higher. So unless we see follow through in a breakdown here, then it means there's a passive buyer on that tape. Because we're seeing aggressive selling and not a move lower yet. It might come. Perking my interest here. This candle especially. Okay, one more attempt. You got to break this low though. You got to break this low. Okay, here we go. Thank you. All right, get under that low. Need follow through. Thank you. Thank you. Can we see some follow through? At least to VWAP, please. And then ideally down into here. Again, if they trap again, I'm going to be really upset. Give it a chance to shake and wiggle. Got to reject this volume shelf it's created. It has to stay heavy now. Don't like that we're building out more. Like we've rejected that and then built out more there. We just want to see this straight fail into some of the. Here we go, folks. Here we fucking go. Where's that guy? You know what you can do? Off stream, not able to watch. You fucking clown. Go and watch TJR being like, "Oh my god, it's an inverted long, and you just paid for my fucking Lamborghini because I charged you $5,000 to learn absolutely fucking nothing." Oh, fuck you. Amount of dicks on this stream recently. There's VWAP. There's my first cover. Now we're holding for lower. We're in the money. Took 3 attempts at that. Clown boys, honestly. Oh my God, I will teach you in 3 days how to dress like a fucking idiot and wear these chains. And you can buy my Lamborghini for me because I'm going to charge you $5,000 to trade in first fair value gaps. Something which doesn't really exist, which you could find for free. Fucking knobs. Okay, that was our cover point. Reclaims here, we're out, all right? If it reclaims here, we're out, folks, because it would be a failed look below, and that would be our 2-leg down, and then if bulls take control, right, they've got their 2 legs, all right? If they take control of this, they go higher, all right? So I'm already out of this now, all right? So we hit our TP. That was our first move down. We tried to hold for that. Didn't come. We're back into range. I'm not going to sit through this because they've got the 2-leg. If they now bid above this, the next rotation's possible. See money, take money type of day, all right? See money, take money type of day. Let's see what you guys are saying. Sorry, I'm probably being rude today, but it just annoys me when I get clowns like that in chat. I mean, it's hard. I was saying to my wife last night, like, I do feel like I give probably too much edge out for free here. This stream was created for my students, and now there's other people joining, and I don't mind helping people, but then when you get people come and talk shit, you're just like, why do I bother? Because I don't need to do this. I can do this quietly without streaming. It makes no difference. Just annoying. Absolutely annoying. All right, see what you guys are saying. Oh, you're all calling me a clown. That's all right. All right, here we go. 2-leg finished. Potential move higher now, folks. Nice, well done, Roscoe. Good work. Yeah, just see money, take money today, folks. Don't hold on too long. Just take what's available for you today because we're building liquidity. We're now an inside day, right? So we've had a failed look below and we're an inside day. So just think about that. So we expect it to be choppy now. Sorry, I'm just catching up with your messages here. Otis, let's fucking go. You're awesome, homie. I just got funded accounts for 2, and I'm gonna get the course I've learned from you in the last 2 months, more than I learned the whole year. Oh, nice, dude. Well, yeah, welcome to join. Oh, dude, like everyone does that. Like, you don't show your P&L, and like you don't show that. I'm calling out everything that's happening before it's happening. What difference does it fucking make what I make or not? What difference does it make? It makes no difference. I'm telling you where I'm entering, what I'm looking for. It makes no difference. Like it's so mad that. But you're gonna watch these clowns on Instagram literally do this. Oh my God, there's an inverse fair value gap here. So I'm gonna take short and I'm gonna do 1,000 units short and watch how much money I'm gonna make in like 5 seconds with no stop loss. Oh my God, ready? And then they go play. And then they hit all their TPs because it's a fucking record. Boom! And that's how we do. And you just made me rich by learning nothing. That is the trading community. Yeah, I sit here and actually do it and get called out. Get out of here, fucking clown. That's how we do. And guy's a fucking tool as well. Just another one of these YouTube clowns. Okay, so here we go. Guess what? 2 legs finished. Guess what? They're going to drive it higher. Guess what? Told you before it happened. Oh, so you're above it. Oh. Yeah, cats. I will be doing breath work. I'm all right, mate. I'm just like taking a piss, but it's becoming more and more regular. It's just stupid. Whatever, man. Okay, new high date probably coming here. Probably going to see a 750 to 760 squeeze up into this block, I would imagine at this point. Now that they finished that 2 leg, they held the deep pullback flow zones. They held view up. All right, that's your trap underneath. They've caught shorts here who didn't cover into this, who are probably adding and adding and adding, and they're going to get caught in the next squeeze up now, and that will probably be leg 2, and then we can think about exhaustion if we're going to think about it. Again, I'm not playing longs because we're in supply. If we look left, all right, this action here is thick. All right, I don't want to play longs into this. I expect us to either fail here, here, or here. Doesn't mean you guys can't play the longs. It's a bit like yesterday. I wasn't going to play the long for the squeeze out. I told you it was going to squeeze out over 800 yesterday, but I'm not interested in the longs. Same today. I did, JD. I did. I'm failing miserably. I'm failing miserably. We hit 786 on the 4 hour from the 22nd of October. ADP, usually the bullshit move, ready for NFP. Well, there's no NFP. There's no NFP. The government shut down, so there's no NFP. So if they're pricing something in, it doesn't exist. Okay, look above and fail there again. They should hold this volume now. Don't think they've had their exit up there. They should hold this edge of volume and try and complete the rotation. Again, I'm not long in this. Cannot make that clear enough. But they've broken above this shelf. Right, this now should now become a supportive shelf. If they fail to make that a supportive shelf, it means that they've just exited. There's not enough volume up here for me to think that they've exited, to be honest. Three 183. I mean, yeah, there's some, but it's not a lot. 120, 96 on the walk up. I don't think they've exited. I think they should hold this for a move higher. Have I seen the dude from the IRS selling hot dog in a suit? No. Battleground here. Again, no, there's no trade set up here for me now. For now, lower time frame bulls are in control. They haven't had their exit. Lower time frame shorts got stuck under here where we exited into here. They probably added at those lows. I didn't even check, but they probably did. Let's have a look on that pivot. Look, surprise, surprise. Maybe you can see this down here. So look at these shorts. They added at the lows, 135, 108. All right, so they added at lower day and we didn't move lower, which means this is again showing you there's a passive buyer down here. All right, absorbing this because his market order's selling and we're not moving lower. So someone's passively absorbing it and he's just marched us right back up. I would expect a rotation higher now. All right, that would be my expectation. Doesn't have to do it, but it would be my expectation at this point. We're above the volume we just created. Sellers are caught down here. We're above this volume I talked about. It should complete that rotation now. Should, whether it does or not is different, but it should. But we're in a see money, take money environment. Tilt 727 is what I have. Do you show anything in that area? 727. Oh, that's just above. You're just here. I'm not sure. 727 for what? I'd say we actually get thinner. Over 717s, we sort of thin out all the way to 50. So I wouldn't imagine, I mean, they could defend the low volume node, but I wouldn't imagine they defend this. I don't imagine sellers defend that. I think they'd let it come to here. But maybe I'm wrong. Like I said, guys, I'm happy to be wrong. I don't know everything that's going to happen. I can only tell you what I'm seeing in structure. The top, what do you mean? The top of today? I'm not sure. Trader on tilt, try and go a bit deeper into what you're saying, because I'm not sure what you're asking. The top of today, I have 718 is our high of day, 718.50. So I'm not sure what you're talking about. Sorry, buddy. Top of today. No, I have 718.50. So if you have it over that, maybe M&Q printed higher. Did M&Q print higher? No. So you've got a ghost print there or something. I don't have anything up there. Yeah, VIX underneath that PDL now. So it's really faded. Faded PDC at the morning. We're back to PDL. We have a pivot down at 1740, I think it is. Yeah. Gap fill potential down to 1740 and maybe even a further bleed, to be honest. So I'd be watching 1740, 1716, and 17 on the VIX if it's going to go for the gap fill. I'll give you a readout on the mag. Tesla basically flat. Nvidia 1.17% up. Microsoft 0.10% down. Meta 1.72% up. Google 1.93% up. Amazon 0.16% down. Apple 0.29% down. So basically, the weak one's getting a rebound, right? Look at Google and Meta. They've been weak. They're starting to find a rebound. Microsoft's basically flat. Tesla's basically flat. Amazon's pretty much flat. And yeah, we just wait and see. So they're trying to complete that rotation like we talked about. How long have we got? Initial balance is now set as well. So a look above and fail would be an IB fail, but we've built out a huge amount of volume now. Am I bullish or bearish on NQ? I'm neither. In what time frame? If you ask me right now, I think it's going to try and do a look above and fail. Then I'm neither, because we're in an inside day. So I'm neutral bias today. Yesterday I was very bearish. Today I'm neutral bias. Depending where we close today would give me my thesis for the rest of the week. I just think about like a daily. Filled the gaps. Held structure. We know, like we talked about, these are huge volume profiles on weeklies down here. This was the target from the newsletter, and we've reclaimed previous day low and previous day close. So we are now a look below and fail. We're trading inside, but I wouldn't want to be particularly, bullish for this move, because at some point, whether it's here or here, it's going to be sold into for an attempt. At least just to retest this low, all right? I expect us to build out this and then maybe even one more, and then Friday we either try and reclaim or we see weakness in the market. That's what we're doing, right? We're building out liquidity, but overnight, look below and fail, completed objective. Now we build out liquidity. I expect us to do this today, which is why I'm neutral bias. And then depending what we do tomorrow and Friday, if we reclaim weekly levels, okay, squeeze is possible, as is a giant bear flag and a rotation back down towards these lows for a New York session test of that. All are possible. All of those things are possible, just based on basic technical principles. Yeah, when we're playing inside, we're neutral. We're neutral. We expect rotation. So if I'm saying neutral, it means like I'm more interested in fading edges, buying deep dips and selling, you know, rotations of highs. It doesn't mean we guess the tops or bottoms. We try and do what we did earlier today, which is let the volume build out, and if it fails, we play it. And if it kept failing, we'd come down to here. It didn't, so we cut, and now we're playing above it. I'm not playing this long because I'm not going to do that. But potentially up here, here's your initial balance, right? Potentially a look above, a fail, back under IB, a rotation would be VWAP, and 24-hour VWAP is into the pocket that we're really interested in covering. So something like that wouldn't surprise me today. They might not do it today. They might just prop it up all day, all right? They can easily do something like this all day with Titan range. Very, very easily. In fact, where's the 20-day? For a 5-day 840. So by tomorrow, I'd say 20-day would be like probably like 450, and the 5-day will probably be like 745, and we will just rotate between the two of those in that old volume imbalance created from that gap from the previous week. Oh, yeah, we'll get a nice move end of week. The longer we chop for today, the better, really. The more volume we build out inside, the better. Just think what we did at the whole previous week. Why was yesterday so good? Because we spent so many days inside. Right, we had a whole balanced range for a whole week, and then we spent Thursday, Friday, and Monday of this week creating a huge squeeze. Like we're condensed like that, or for you, will it be like that? Right, pinned in, higher lows and lower highs on a daily, and then once we break out of that, everyone inside that gets hurt. We're basically doing a similar kind of thing, except we don't need multiple days. We're just going to trade inside and then make a decision. Make a decision. Back down towards volume again. Yeah, we expected this today. We knew it wouldn't be a market quite as good as yesterday. Yesterday was an A+ environment, folks. Those are the days you need to attack on. Tape slowed down. Here we go. There's a buyer stepping in now. Big buying stepping in. Here they go. They want to get that IB break and that force up. They're looking for 750s is what they're looking for at the moment. Decent size. Decent size here. He needs the break though. I had previous day value area high on Ninja at 780. I mean, it's just so mad how different they are. 100 points difference. Double check that. Yep, 780. I'd say there's a shelf here. If we get through this, it is pretty thin for that move up. It is pretty thin through IB to 750, 780. That's the next level of interest for me here. I don't want to play in here. So here is the next level of interest. There you go. So here's the squeeze. Again, so 2-leg finished. Here's your right shoulder. That, like I said, if you want to play this long, you can, but it's just not a trade I'm looking for today. And up here will be the target. I think it's the other way around. On the Supreme Court's trying to rule some of the tariffs illegal, and if they do so, he will have to pay back some of the money made from the tariffs, but I don't know how that's going to work. I mean, how do you work out what you've made and where you pay back? It's just all fun and games for us. Right, there's a look above and fail so far. I got trapped up there. I still want to see rotation complete. 136 lot. Yeah, a good few hundred lots caught upside on Delta up there, and they're starting to get stuck. I want to see them drive higher first. I want to see the rotation completed before I think about anything else in this market. I'm going to use the bathroom, and I'll come right back. All right, they've still not completed it. They have still not completed that rotation. But look above IB and fail so far. Again, not interested yet. My points of interest will either be below all this, but I do not like the way we built out volume here. It's pretty thick and pretty large. So we need a swipe. Basically, we need a swipe up here and a failure, like someone to get stuck up here and a failure down to that, and then we can hold runners below that, because now we've built out a considerable amount of structure in here. All right, so we're not thin in here anymore, so be very, very careful. So we need that look and push above if we're going to fade edges today. It might be that it's not going to give it today. All right, it might be that they just grind and walk and go sideways all day. It's very, very, very possible. Is that on TradingView, Jappy? Yeah, you have to draw it out on an M1. I don't know why it does that. Same. Right, let's smash these likes, folks, because we haven't done giveaways this week. I would like to give away a free course, and I'd like to give away an Apex account, but we need to do 150 likes on this stream. Vic's still dripping. Still not interested. All right, you know what I'm looking for. I've said it a million times. This is when it just requires patience. We had 3 goes at this, and all we got was a scalp. Where's my mouse? All we got was that scalp. The best trade of the day was this long, wasn't it? So I had 2 goes at it. I had 1, here, partial, and then got knocked out of the runner, and then joined a bit late once I saw it protect the 500s where the sellers were trapped, and we got a really good move. I don't think I got all of it. I think I got to like here or something. And you guys might have got all of that, and then once we got up here, I was looking for the short. All right, I was looking for that, which never came. That's okay. We scalp, and we're going to drift higher. This is second leg higher. At some point, I'm going to be looking for another short position. The amount of volume we're building up here is getting pretty big. Chris, so when you sign up to the course, you get a variation of this TradingView indicator for free. If you want to upgrade to this Pro one, there's a small fee you can pay. If you want Ninja Trader, there's a fee you can pay. It's cheaper to do it at sign up, but yeah, I can sort you out. If not, we'll fix something. But yeah, they all work on TradingView. Like, you don't get the Pro system, you get another system, but it's very similar. It just doesn't have some of the key levels. They're just a bit of an upgrade on that. Probably January, John. So I literally spent my weekend writing it all out on here, all the different chapters I'm going to do, and now I've got to record it, which takes time. All right, so finally starting to see what they're trying to do, the completion of the rotations, what they're looking for. Finally. Main volume up there is like 766, I think, is the main volume. I'm just going to measure this out on a side monitor of the fib. What did we say that 61 was? We threw that 61. We are. So we're right in golden pocket now. So we're between 61 and 78. So the 78 will be into 760. So it's becoming a big level at 760s. Bears will need to defend this area here. Failing to defend this area here, they give back the whole impetus, I guess is the best way of saying it. They will fail to take control of the whole market. That's a big failure on that last push, but still not convinced. Want to see completion. Please get up to 760s, guys. Please do it this side of lunch because I'm not going to trade in the afternoon. Quite tired today. And the new course will be, if you're already a member, it'll be a major discount. Like always, everything new I release, people who are already in there get grandfathered in. We will be changing the structure in the next 6 months, probably, of how it all operates. I don't know if I can YouTube for free like this forever. I get tired. It only takes a couple comments to piss me off. The easiest way to stop that is just to create a gated community, but we'll see. I want to do it for free because I want to help people, and it is only the minority. So maybe the answer is just to have more of you as mods. Okay, starting to see some failures here. Man, I wish they would complete this rotation higher first. It would make it an A+ setup, but we're starting to see a look above initial balance and fail. They're protecting the low volume node. They haven't got into the dense move yet. Again, this is very thick. They can still hold all of these and do some internal swipes, but I'd really like to see that move up first and then failure. VIX starting to find a bid here. I'd say how VIX acts into PDL becomes important. If it reclaims PDL, we will see. I have that on already. Maybe I forgot to turn it on today, Aaron, but they have to sub to the channel, which means people... It's like that guy last week. He was here every day quietly watching just to try and be disruptive. I know the answer to all these things. The unfortunate thing is, I know I get annoyed in the moment, is these are just people who are struggling with trading and probably lots of other things in lives. So they just want to go and talk a lot of shit. Because if they weren't, they wouldn't be on the stream, right? And instead of just sitting and learning, they just want to copy exact trades, which I'm actually giving ahead of time, but they want to click when I click. And that's one thing I'm not going to do. If you learn the right way, just look at my student from yesterday. This is what happens when you learn to trade and you don't have to have someone else do everything for you. Right? It's currently number 1 on the Tradeify cut. That was his cover, right? I think he actually covered 550s in the end. From 850s all the way down. Same trade we took live on stream. Same trade I gave thesis for. It's there for you to take it. Right? Go and look at the Tradeify leaderboard. He is number 1. Learn in the room. Learn how to trade. Learn how to fish. Right? Just learn how to fish. Way, way better. Or don't. And go and watch clowns and chat shit all day and wonder why you never get better. I don't know. You don't have to learn with me. Like I talk about, there are other people who are probably better traders than me, folks. In fact, not probably. There are other people that are definitely much, much better traders than me, 100%. They're in hedge funds and they're out there, but whether they're willing to educate you is another thing. Yeah, I know. I know, Firewater. It's all right. It's going to happen, and I've just got to get used to it. The bigger the stream gets, the more we're going to get it. But yeah, I'm going to make more and more of you mods so you can we just remove the bad energy instantly. Okay, we're now circling between this rotation, 95 to basically 14, 15. So another 20-point rotation. All right, here's your rotation. This is your 20-point step. Look above have failed. We haven't really attempted to look below yet, and that will probably fail and get absorbed as well until we see a complete collapse. We're not seeing that yet in the broader market. VIX is at previous day low. All right, this is interesting now. If we start to go risk off with VIX reclaiming previous day low, it is perking my interest. I'd love to see 750 to 780 first. Yeah, well, that's it. I mean, the truth is, most people get careful here. Get pulled into like strategies that don't work. Like there's edge in everything, but as you get further in your career, you want more and more acute and accurate entries, which means having traders offside. Like there's a reason I use the flow zones. When we're in trending markets, I will buy dips on these. We're not in a trending market right now. We're in a range rotation market. So it's understanding, okay, these today I'm not going to pay too much attention to. I know we're going to absorb on it, but I also know at some point if they want to let it go, they can. Right, so this is the 20-point rotation we just talked about. If and when they start to let go, there might be a deeper move. This is our first look below. May very well be absorbed for the rotation up. I'm watching down here VIX at previous day low. That's what I've got my eye on right now. Is there delta at the high? To be honest, no. There's a little bit from 28s to 33s, but I mean, it's not this guy here. It's not huge. I'm not convinced we're exhausted, but you know, we might start rolling. VIX starting to reclaim now. VIX is starting to reclaim. The problem is now that we've built a huge amount of volume into this market at these highs. Maybe a retest of previous day point of control at 64s. And let's see. Maybe there's a fade coming here if they let it go. I would way prefer that move higher first that we've talked about. Henrik, it's probably just the settings. I did change this to two per tick. So I changed this to ticks per row and just did 2 just so I could get a bit more accuracy. I was trying to make it match NinjaTrader. All right, so there's the first look below and fail. So maybe now we can get up here, please. Because I don't want to trade short down here. Maybe we can get up here. Please, market. We need to do something. We've got to do something. We can't sit in here forever. Alex, I've learned so much from you the last month. Let me share an old saying with you. If you stop to try and kick every dog that barks, you will never get anywhere. Never heard that. Tell you what, someone kick my dog when it's barking, I'd kill him. You leave my Luna out of this. Please go 750, 780. I cannot trade in this chop zone. You need to overextend yourself, market. Yeah, it would be John Wick. It would. Building out volume here. With so much volume being built out here. Look how thick we are up here now. If we compare it to the rest of the day. Like, huge amount of volume from 50s. It's like 60 odd points of volume. Huge amount of volume. Right? This is going to be very hard to trade in this area now. Right? So really, we want an overextension if we're going to fail, and then it would be a cover into this, and if we get lucky other side of that, and if we got very lucky like that, but I wouldn't bank on that today because it looks like this is an area that they're intent on holding at the moment. So look above and maybe back to it, but it's not giving us that IB rotation look just yet. Not just yet. VIX failing PDL. So might get upside move. Come on. Get your ass upside for us. Or not, just fade IB without any look above. Oh! What a battle. What a battle. Battle of chop. Still absorbing. They still want to try and get that move. Definitely no exit for these bulls yet. Like, definitely there's been an absorber on the tape today. You can see structurally, we're just walking it up. They haven't had their exit. They might not take an exit today. It's possible because we did hit this high time frame level down here. I'd be surprised if we don't come back for a retest of these kind of levels in New York. It would surprise me. It doesn't have to be New York today. It could be later in the week. But the fact that we drifted into this area here and bid off it, we expect, because there's a higher time frame RBS level and volume shelf on the yearly shelf, we made a higher low, higher low, higher low. I would just expect at some point we're going to do at least this, and if they really want to test that and then bid it back up. That's what I'd be thinking, but it can take a number of days to set up. We know what we're looking for, so we're going to wait for a move up there. Oh, mate, I'm really sorry to hear that, Tonio. I'm really sorry to hear that about your dog. Get for the hip displacement, CBD for the dog, just for the recovery is really good. Get like a doggy CBD, so it's a bit lower dose. Definitely helped Luna post surgery. All right, we did trap buyers up there on that last move. I'm still not convinced, but yes, point of control was shifted up there, or just on that candle specifically, to 30s basically. We trapped buyers above 30s. There was no auction above 33. No one was interested in playing above 33 there. So I'm watching with intent. I would way prefer this moves higher first, but I have to bear in mind there was no auction above 33. That might be the end of it. Literally no one sold into 33. Okay, here we go. So that was exhaustion. And I'll see if they rotate this now. I would way prefer the move higher, like I've talked about, because we can get way better RR. But that on Bookmap became on footprints, and Bookmap became fairly key. And we are very thick, so maybe chest the other side. Here we go. All right, all right, all right. Well, let's play then, baby. Let's see what you got. Can they take control here and go to the other side of this range, which will be basically 52s? So if we start making lower highs, lower lows, we're looking for rotation to 52s. If they keep absorbing, there's no trade. So if we reject sort of anywhere in front of 700s, I say, we're going to look for a rotation down to 52s. If we reject into 700s, if we build out liquidity, I'll consider the rotation. Oh, draw it. All right, if we build this out, I'll consider this. It's a risky trade, because really I want to do this move up here, but just based on what I just seen, it's very possible. What's that level there? Oh, that's POC on the day now. Okay, and even that's different. Mate, the calculations between Ninja and TradingView, this is the highest I've ever seen them off. Is it because of... Six, let me do row again. Maybe that's why. Oh, it is. It's tick versus row that's causing my issue. Because I tried to get it to match Ninja Trader. Okay, maybe that's why. Well, that hasn't moved. I'm going to try this for a bit, how I had it. Felt more accurate with the nodes, but... Yeah, I mean, fixed range will look the same. I used to draw fixed range out. It's just that I like this placed on the right-hand side, but this is anchored to 930. Okay, maybe now. Okay, please, then do it. So we didn't get the low high, so they can complete this squeeze now. Please, then do it. If you're going to do it, because I want to participate in something today. Don't mind which way. Just do something. There was no one above 32 on that last move, and same again here. There's absorption up there from sellers. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing right now. I'd say from the start of here, from 32, we've got a passive seller. Right, there's a passive seller here, and he's probably going to passively sell into this. I would love it to come into here. This might make it A+, something like this with an overextension, because then we can cover some, and hold some, and if it doesn't break down, it's fine. We get better RR up into here. If it keeps squeezing, we can't play it. We don't play front side against this. If it wants to come all the way up into yesterday's levels, then so be it. It's bonkers if it does that, but so be it. But at the moment, I'm waiting for a short position to set up. I thought we might get it here, but never put in the lower high. Let it just reclaim the whole thing. So like we said here, if it did the lower high versus 700s, we could have thought about it for the rotation. Didn't get it. So again, sit still. Nothing's changed. Well, Nvidia and Google, Nvidia's 1.91% up right now. VIX is trying to reclaim previous daylight. It's close. We're close to having a short rotation. It's probably coming soon. How long we got till lunch? We have time. So again, they failed to get above those 30s. Right, see here, this guy here into 28. He tried into 28. Same here. This guy tried. They're failing up here. Look at the aggressive buying. So I've got to move this across. Aggressive buying up here. We're not moving higher. There's a passive seller in there. There's a limit order here, just gently selling against these guys, right? And he's probably willing to sell all the way up into 780s, right? Because he's probably looking at the same level that I'm looking at. What I'd love to see is an extension and a big failure, like a push and a failure, with lots of buyers coming in above 725 and them getting absolutely nailed. Yeah, passive sellers here, I would say, definitely. Because look, every move up with volume has failed to move higher. I would love it. We've probably got them stacked. I mean, you can see these guys here, but there's probably guys that we can't see right now who are just waiting, all right, waiting to get filled. So nothing's changed. You know what I'm looking at. If we start breaking down early, then again, I'll consider the join, but it's very hard when we've built volume out like this to feel comfortable about joining. But sometimes the markets will just start to go sideways and roll and roll and roll and roll. But way better if we get an overextension. It's just an easier move to play RR-wise. Should mention the Apex sale finishes tonight, folks. All right, that 70% Apex sale, you might be like, oh, it's not very good at 70%. The activation fee is $40 for any size account. Right, so it's seriously cheap if you pass. Obviously, it's more expensive to take the eval right now, but if you pass, it's very, very, very cheap. So just be aware. Still this battle. Back into volume. This shelf here that we've been talking about. If we start letting go of this, I can imagine a drift down to 50s. If we start breaking convincingly under, what's here, 91s. So I'd say if we break under this, there's probably a drift into here. If they don't bid that here, if they don't bid it into here, and if they let go, then, you know, all the way back down to here. If we're going to go two-leg finish and start to rotate as possible. Just be careful as we come into the edge of these shelves. I'm watching this more intently again now. Sellers stepping in. So again, the same thing. If we create a low high, I'm interested, but this, for me, there's nothing yet. It's not proved itself yet. Right at POC on the day. Right, so this is considered fair value on the day. If we move away from this, there is a drift lower. If we move above it, then 750 to 780 still is there to be tested. It's there to be tested. VIX reclaiming now. So starting to get through some key levels now, VIX into 18s. If it gets bust through 18s, then I'd say 1837-ish is possible on the VIX. Yeah, sideways action, a bit like the other day, it's going to require some patience. My preferred move would be up first because it will trap more buyers in, late buyers. We'll see. We might not get it. Okay, testing this shelf. We just talked about it. Testing the edge of this shelf. Is there conviction under here? I'm watching the tape now. Buyers are stacked up all the way down to 70. Passive buyers. Wonder if we just swipe them out and see what happens afterwards. No selling at the low, so no conviction. No sellers like stepping in yet. Still just in a range. Nothing's changed yet. VIX still going through 18s now. Looks good. Nice, Borneo. Good work. Danny, I am just 1,050 from passing 550k evals. The panic is real now. Just don't rush it. Don't rush it. Don't try and force for that $40 because you'd be upset. Like if the trade comes, it comes. All right, testing this edge of the shelf. I'm watching to see if there's follow through here through to 70s. I'm interested. I am interested, but so far I'm not seeing them step on the gas. There's a seller down there and it got absorbed again twice. Yeah, reclaim 90, so still no conviction for downside. It's getting tight though. Someone's going to get hurt soon. Someone's going to get hurt soon. Here comes the sellers. They're having one more attempt at these lows. Oh, we're going to get follow through here down into 50s. Looks like it. They're trying. They're trying. They're trying. They're trying. Here they come. Can they step on it? If they don't move down now, they're going to get trapped because they're sizing and sizing and sizing and sizing and sizing and sizing, looking for the snap. Here it comes. Okay, let's play. Partial here. Let's see if we can get runners now. Come on, snap further. I don't want to move my stop too tight. Come on. At least give me POC, previous day. What's this? 60s and 50s. Let's fucking go again. Just reading the tape in front of me. Okay, there's a previous day point of control according to Ninja. So that's my first cover point there. Again, if we reclaim 90s, it would be like earlier. I won't be interested because it would just be a reclaim of the range. So it means we only get 30, 40 points out of it. Point of control right now, 96s. So you could risk POC. All right, so short from here, cover into here. Because for me, this is previous day point of control on Ninja Trader. So I'm respecting that. If we reject this, maybe back down to here. If we reject this into this volume node, they might protect this and run us for low of day. If they reclaim this, then I'll be out on my runners. It's the same thing. See money, take money. Can only trade what's available in front of me. I can't make the market do anything. I can only tell you what is happening, what I'm seeing in the market. We can tell you in that last drop candle, most of the selling started happening at the lows. So below 75. So sellers need it below 75 now. Otherwise, those sellers at the lows are going to get caught. Yeah, IMBD. Like I was looking for 90s. So what I was looking for was this failing here for a cover into here, and I was trying to position myself ready in case it wanted to roll. So I was trying to get a good entry, watching those sellers try and take control. Still in because we haven't reclaimed POC, so still a chance. But like I said, on that last bigger candle down, the sellers came in underneath 78. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Give me more. Give me more. Give me more. If they protect this low, it'd be a problem because this is where the sellers got stuck on the last time. Remember, under 78, like I told you, that's where the sellers last got stuck. If we get through that, there is a chance to move lower. VIX is holding above previous day low. We're looking for VIX now to trade up to 1836s to give us confidence of lower prices here. Just remember, previous day point of control I have at 64 on NinjaTrader, all right? So I have covered one into this, into 64 push. I'm trying to hold to see if we can get a wash here. We're very thick in volume here. Just be aware of that. They might well protect this level down here. Looking good. Looking good. Looking good. Step on it now, sellers, please. Looking good. Looking good. We need a new low here and we're going to snap. Come on, there's previous day point of control. Get through it and let's go VWAP, please. Fucking go. Where's that guy in the chat talking shit again? Oh my god, look what you've missed out on because you're just too much of a wally. See if we can get expansion lower now. This is previous day point of control. Got to stop talking like that, haven't I? I've just got to let it go. And you can see I hold on to stuff too long. Lovely. Lovely. Previous day value area low down here. Nice. All right, just be careful on the reclaim here, but we look good. Everything's aligned now. We've waited patiently for the volume to be trapped. You should have been covering some here already and paying yourself because you're in thick volume here. Just think about this. We could go from this side, look above and fail, to this side. This is a covering point here. Think about this distribution. This is a covering point here. You are runners in case they want to play ball and let it go into here, which would be fantastic, but they don't have to because we're in range rotation. We are not pro-trend. We are not adamant that this has to do this. So we are paying ourselves into this shelf, please. See how much patience it took today? It took so much patience because it's in a rotational market. It takes patience in rotation. Let's go, baby. Okay, I'm going to move my stop in. Use the bathroom because that coffee's gone straight through me. I'll be right back, folks. Still looks good. Still looks good. As long as you paid yourself here a little bit. Let's see. The buyers come back in. See if these guys get trapped or they reclaim the whole range, go right back to the other side. So if they protect this, all right, and we're not going to let it go, then we're going to go all the way back up to here, all right, because this is your rotation. You can see it very clearly. All right, so we were playing for this first breakdown to here. If they let us hold this runner down to here, it will be magnificent. But if not, all right, if they're going to protect this shelf, they're going to go back towards here. All right, so you can see this rotation. We're still inside this rotation, but we're positioned well for this move in case they want to play ball with us. Bigger buying coming in here. Need these guys to get trapped if we're going to move lower. Don't want them to get acceptance higher now. Otherwise, I get knocked out the runner, which is fine. It's just like if we're going to move lower, we need these market orders flying in to get trapped. Remember, we are protecting that shelf. We're protecting previous day point of control right now. So we have to be aware of that. There is still, again, very similar to earlier. Think about this earlier. Edge of the shelf and we went up. This can be the same thing. It can be like 1, 2, and go up. We can do the same thing here. If we reclaim this, I'm out. All right, if we reclaim 90s, this little part here, which we're very close to doing, I'll be out of the runner. Try to give it room. Going to give 30 points back here, but that's all right. Still protecting for now. Yeah, range rotation looks set to continue. Flow zone starting to add a bit of pressure, but they haven't completely flipped. So EMA traders are not trading downside. We are protecting point of control. My only thing is we didn't hit 750, 780. So that's still in the back of my head. Like it's still very possible that that's the main area we want to trade into today. So again, scalping on your way today, please, ladies and gents. Just scalp out on the way. Pay yourself, get in a good position, get in the habit of paying yourself, and then trying to let it work for your runners in rotational markets. Do not force your way in and out of them. If you don't pay yourself in rotational markets, you will get very, very upset. Whereas in trend markets, you can afford to try and hold for, full TPs every time. Okay, out of this now. Knocked me out my runner, which is fine. Sticking to the rules. Not every day we're going to get 300 points, folks, all right? Not every day we get 300 points. Okay, so back to the other side of the range like we just talked about. So they protected one side, they're going to go back to the other side. This feels like the last move earlier as well. All right, so it's come underneath this. This is so similar to earlier, just from a structural point of view. 1, 2, underneath, reclaim. Or here, reclaim underneath this, right? Trying to use these stops now. These shorts who didn't take money, who weren't positioned well like we were, who positioned later, trying to use their stops, which might be high day stops now, to get up into this block up here. That's what they're trying to do at the moment. Very, very similar move. So underneath these swing points, people come late, get caught, start stopping out, and then the shorts who are in up here, their stops are here. If we run those, you get that big powerful move through it because you stop hunt, and that's where we might get them offside now, because if you've got short stops here, they will become market buy orders, and if you've got market buy orders or stop buy orders here, stop buy orders, right, breakout traders looking for that, this is where we might catch those bulls if we get lucky. So this is the move that I really, really wanted today. Get up into there, and then I can think about the shorts if we catch those bulls. So we're probably going to get it now by the looks of it. And this is going to be the best trade of the day if they offer it. Remember, I'm not playing the... If you're just joining, I'm not actually playing long. I'm actually waiting now to see if that's short. Long since 670. I mean, that's perfect, dude. That's really good. It's a higher low. Like I said, we probably protect this. Good chance we protect this. In here, remember, I was short at 90 break, covered into this. So I got 30 points out of it. You took the other side long, which makes sense. And now you should get a squeeze. You must exit some of your position on this squeeze out. Okay, here it comes. And you're going to get buying at these highs up here, and they're going to probably get caught. All right, so this is the stop hunt, and these guys will probably get caught. So make sure you're paying yourself on this stop hunt. All the buy, look at the Bookmap, look at all this market buying. All right, the moment we fail to move higher is when they will get caught. We're now approaching That's supply, right? This level that I've been looking at all day. This is where I expect there's a good chance we might fail. One more leg up first would be nice, not this just tiny push. We would like a further extension, please, market. But you can see here, look at the buying at the high of day, 120. Some Wally decided he was going to buy up here. So this is the stop hunt. This can be a look above and fail. I would like it higher first, but I'm willing to look at this if they start failing. So everything I've just fucking talked about is happening instantly. Instantly. Please go 750 first, though. 750, 780 first. Please, market. Let's trap them a bit higher. Let's trap them a bit higher first. Does this make sense, though, in terms of market dynamics? How this has worked? Why this is happening at all? Go, 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 go. Good. Go. 750, 780. Go, 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 go. Absorb and go. Shove it, please. Because the higher you get, the more they're going to chase, the more money we can make downside. Get up. Get up. Don't you fail here. Get yourself up because I need more trapped. Starting to see it on the book. Look at all these market buyers. They're trying to just bid and bid and bid and bid and bid. Big size. We just want a big shove up. And then I'm going to look for them to get caught offside. I'm going to look for that exhaustive move and them to get caught offside. Come on. Don't hesitate. I don't want us to build out volume. That's the one thing I don't want us to do. I want a straight upside move, exhaustive, and fail if I'm going to play short. What I don't want to do is build structure. We need, like, see what we did here? This straight up, we need that here. Straight up is better because it's going to get them chase, 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 chase. Bulls at the top, fail, and then it offers that trade back to this edge. And then again, I can cover some here and hold runners for lower because I'm playing kind of counter trend on the day, but just based on higher time frame. That's all. Here they come. Here they come. Come on, Mr. Bulls. Get yourself caught. Got to be a little bit aware because VIX is starting to fail. There's the 750s. 750s, 780s, remember, is the level we were looking at. Lots of bulls got caught in that last move up if we move lower. One more bigger extension would be good. Let's just do a little measurement of this last. Come on, Mr. Fib. Okay, 80s would be magnificent. Okay. Come on. Squeeze yourselves out. No structure, please. Straight up. Up, 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 up. Here they come. They're trying again. They're stepping on the gas. Come on. Get up to 80s. I don't want to put something on yet. It is very tempting, but I want to see us get up to 80s. Or at least have a shove towards 80s through 50s. What's our high of day? 48, 49? I don't feel like we're there yet. Oh dear. Oh dear. Here come the sellers. Okay, bulls are caught right now above 42s. They got paired off. We still have structure here they can bid off, so I'm still hoping we have one more squeeze higher. No, not yet. Not yet. Not yet, Jonathan. If it goes without me and just instantly dumps, there's nothing I can do. But at the moment, they're caught above 42, like where we are now. I still want to see 50s to 80s. On the book, we also have, look, passive sellers sat up here. They're advertising up here. They're saying, come up here, please come up here. So what we want is bulls to keep flying in. We want an over-exaggerated move. One thing we need to be a bit careful of is the mag is getting greener and greener as we go. So we need them to get into profit-taking zones. Why 780? It's a big level from yesterday. If you look at the shelf from yesterday, it's basically 790 to 750. Look at the profile from yesterday. I'll go through it once we get out of this trade, but this level right here is where we got thick yesterday. That's a level where I think we can fail. If we reclaim this level, then we're going to come and complete the whole move and take back the whole move from yesterday. I don't think we do that today because I don't think there's enough positive catalyst. I think this is just an inside reprice higher, short squeeze, and then we'll probably see some failures. But if we don't see failures today and they keep bidding up, we might see it overnight or tomorrow. We'll see. Don't want us to sit still and go sideways too long because that would take away the range for the trade, let's say. The more volume we build out, the worse it is. No, don't fail. Get up. This guy here, 47. No, 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 no. Get up, bulls. Get up, bulls. I'm not done with you yet. You got to get higher. That's it. That's it. In you come. Please get back above 42 and squeeze it. Please. Here we go. Here we go. Go, 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 go. I want to see huge buying coming in. That's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for exhaustion. And then when it's finished to play backside. If they just, by the way, if they just reclaim all of this, we can't play it. It's like yesterday, all right? If they reclaim this, we're not looking for shorts. We're looking for exhaustion and failures, and then failed follow through for a trade back down at least to here, to this shelf, and then we can hold the runners a bit like earlier. Good buying came in there, which is good, into 50. And I still think we've got a bit more left. Still think we've got a bit more left here. Please, come on, swipe it. Most of the mag, other than Amazon, which is close to going red to green, Microsoft is about 1% down. All the rest of the mag is now comfortably green, by the way, folks, which you would expect. But I would imagine they're all coming up to similar points where they probably started fading yesterday. So anyone who was a buyer this morning coming into lunch is probably looking to take some profits shortly as we come into levels of supply. Thanks, Miguel. Yeah, I'll be long gone by then. 25 minutes left. And if this trade doesn't set up before lunch, then we don't get it. Come on, up, 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 up. Need that squeeze higher first. Still not enough size caught offside yet. If they go straight down, there's nothing I can do. 50s to 80s is the level, but I want to see people caught up there. Come on. No, 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 no. No, no. Don't you dare. No sellers, not yet, not yet. No. No. God damn it. You fucks. Let them get their exit first. Stop it. You guys, stop. Stop. Just let them get their exit first. Let them trap themselves. Get out their way. Just let them trap themselves. Get out their way. They will hurt themselves. Get out their way. You're going to hurt yourself now, you wally. Get up. Get up. Big level here is basically 42s, basically. If bulls can reclaim 42s, maybe we can get a squeeze out to 50 to 80. And then, obviously, I'm not playing long. I'm looking for shorts on the over expansion. What's up, Bella? How's it going? Everyone say hello to Bella. It's Bella that's going to give you your free Apex account today. It's Bella that looks after us on stream. Come on, come on, come on. Remember, 42s is the level. Here's they're testing it again. This is where buyers were trapped. We need to squeeze it because there's not enough size trapped above here. So we need more size, 50 to 80, and then I'm looking for failures if and when we get up there. If we just start reclaiming 80s, then there is absolutely no short side trade on this, because that for me is previous day value area high is basically 780s. I know you can't see it on here, but that's what it's showing on NinjaTrader. On TradingView, it thinks it's all the way up at 890s, but I'm going to play at least 780s as a level because it's a huge volume shelf. All right, 42s. One big swipe will do it, please. You might be thinking, why aren't you playing this long? I can't play long when there's supply above me the way we are today. I would have played long off the low of days, but they did the move in Asia, so, or London, I should say. Or did they do it? No, they did it in Asia. So now I have to wait because I think we're in a range and I'm looking for a push out and a fade back into volume. They failed those 42s again then. No entry yet, Jonathan. My entry will be once we squeeze up here and in here, we see big buying delta and we stop moving higher, and then I'll be fading with a cover point here and then the low of range, and if we get really lucky, more than that. But I think we're just going to range rotate in here today unless they want to let go of this market. I think this looks like a huge amount of volume built out. So why I don't want to trade in here, I'm looking for that overexpansion volume to get trapped at the highs buy side and a fade back down. If we reclaim 780, there's literally no trade for me at all. If we start basing above 780, there's nothing for me to do with this market. That would be a reclaim of value, a drift back up to where we started the session yesterday. That makes no sense for me whatsoever if they do that. We are starting to build another little shelf up here. We want expansion through it higher first. We're not printing above those 42s. No worries, mate. Was obvious, yeah, but like once I do that, I don't love playing both sides. That's all it is. When I'm like focused on a trade, I want to focus on this short here. It fails. Okay, yeah, it was very obvious that it was going to squeeze up, but like if I'm in this long here and holding it, it's hard for me to switch my brain being like, okay, I'm going to wait and look for the shorts now. So that's why I like to focus on one trade on one side of it rather than flipping long and short and long and short and long and short. That's all. That's the only reason. It was very obvious, yes, on that hold. Made total sense. Okay, here we go. 42s are holding now. We just need one big swipe. One little stop hunt up there. Catch everyone coming in. And hopefully we see failures. If not, we'll just have to be happy with what we caught for the day, folks. Here they come. 42s holding. Come on. Go and fill it. Bit slower day. Want to be careful. Want to be careful. But I think we've got a move coming here. Come on, swipe. Need a big swipe. Volume built up in this little shelf up here. Come on. What a patient game. This is the hardest thing with range rotation days. It's like waiting. It's waiting for it. 42s is becoming a very sticky level there. Very, very sticky. Lots of transactions taking place there. 42s to 44s. Very tight range. When we're let me get through a trade first, Sawani, eh? Like, I am here to make money as well. We'll do the giveaway. If the trade sets up, I'll take the trade, and once I close the trade, we'll do the giveaway. If the trade doesn't set up, there'll be no trade to have. We'll do the giveaway. We'll do the giveaway either way. But please remember, I am a trader. So I am actually looking to execute. Here we go. Come on. Come on, here we go. Here's the big buy incoming. Here we go. 214 there and growing. And growing. I want them all trapped at highs. Come on. More. More. Don't pair them off. I just want to see it grow. More. Come on, one more shove. Come on, one more shove. Caught some at higher day there, but I still feel like there's more in this. I feel like there's a bit more juice in this yet. Apple about to go green to red. It's what we want to see. You stop doing that. Just let them do it. Let them trip over themselves. Here we go. Here we go. All right, this is the type of volume I want to see. Much better. 60s. We're almost at 80s. So I'm really interested now. Waiting to see if we get failure. If we don't get failure, like I said, there's no trade if there's no failure. Big level here at 60s. It's fair value on the last like 30 seconds, basically. This is where they're transacting, making a decision of if they want to print higher or not. Buyers then came in from 53s. So I'd say failure of 53s, maybe we see lower. Definitely failure of 37s is where they've all come flying in. So basically 40s to 50s right now, buyers are in control. Here we go. Let's get to 80s. It'd be amazing if you can get to 80s. Apple's just found a bit of a bid. Some exhaustion there into 70s. So watching now how we trade between 50s and 30s if we start letting that go. We've built out a new shelf here, so we want to be careful because buyers might want to support this shelf if we're just going to do like the grind up. All right, but if I see an opportunity anywhere up here for this and this, I will take it. If I don't see it, I won't take it. Guys, I can't look at the stuff you're asking me to look at. I have to trade. I'm focused in on what's in front of me right now. So you'll have to look at SPX and stuff yourself, Run. I'm too busy right now waiting for my entry. I cannot afford to miss an entry by educating. Sorry, buddy. I can look afterwards, but right now, let me just stay dialed in. Re-squeeze here. They're trying. Here he comes. Big buyer here. They want the 80. You got to ask, like, if they get 80s, do they just go 800s for the hell of it? It's kind of mad. How much further have we got to up there? 870s. Wow. I don't think that happens. Profit taking up there. Still walking up. They're still in control. Control is above 60s right now for buyers. So above 60s, buyers have control right now. And target looks like previous day value area high, which is basically 82, I think. New level here, 70, really, really important. So if they fail 70, they should come back down towards 60 and see if that holds. If that doesn't hold, that's where I'm going to start perking my interest. Having to be patient. It might not come off. Like I said, if they want to just go full reclaim today, they can do it. Can't do anything about that if that's what they want to do. It just means my thesis for range rotation is off for the day. But so far, we're okay. We're just waiting. Do they take an exit? How long till lunch? Also need to be aware of that. 12 minutes. Running out of time here. All right, 60s key. Here's the 80s push. So still buyers in control. This is the most buying that we've seen in this last shove up. Feel like they want that 80s, 82 or so. If they get through that, you can't rule out 800 is the whole number. Just check this shelf across here. I can't imagine we repriced the whole of yesterday, but it's looking more and more possible by the minute. Apple still holding on. So the only one red now is Microsoft. Still not seeing much delta caught offside here. There is positive delta here, all right, so but we haven't moved away from it, all right? We're still just printing up. We're in a drift up. So I'm still not seeing the trade setup I'm looking for. It might be that I don't see it, folks. It might be that they don't give it. We're very close to those 80s or 82s, basically, is what it is, I think. I think we just hit 80s. We did 80.25. And here's your 82s. And do they just go 800s at this point? It's possible. It is possible. Alvaro, honestly, fucking joking me. Okay, some exhaustion up there for the first time. Caught buyers offside up at the highs for the first time. Not seeing a aggressive move lower yet. So any reattempt to move higher will catch my interest. Not seeing an aggressive move lower yet, but watching now. Starting to happen now. So if they fail 80s on a reattempt, then 60s and 50s are going to be the levels where I'm interested in trading around. Need to see a failure to move higher though. Not seeing it yet. Still seeing absorption here. So here's a reattempt at 80, straight through it. So do they let these buyers out? If they do, we're just going to keep squeezing. Maybe there's too many adders in here. I don't know. Maybe Peter. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think if they reclaim that and they want to go all the way back to yesterday, I mean, it's insane, but it's possible. I don't think we would do that today. I would have thought we'd stay in a range rotation all day. But like I said, I'm not always going to be right. But we still have not reclaimed previous day value area high. We're still seeing some rejection up here. We're seeing sellers start to try and come in. Some profit taking start to happen, but we're still seeing absorption on the tape. VIX is still drifting lower. There's still no reason to be short in this yet. Waiting to see if we see exhaustion and a violent move lower and those buyers get trapped at the highs. We're not seeing it yet. We're getting a grindy walk up so far, all right? But this is overextended, but, you know, who knows? Do they just want to just go mental up into here? In a normal market, I'd say no, but we're not in a more normal market. We're in a Trump market. Here come the sellers again, having another attempt. What's that old small POC? 70, 60, 50. 70, 60, 50. Not huge excess left at that high yet. I'm not convinced higher days in yet. Not enough excess up there. Trying again here. These guys look like they want to get filled into 800 at the moment. They keep adding on the book higher, trying to advertise and drift it higher right now. I still have not seen a big buyer get caught offside. There's not enough excess. I'm looking for like hundreds of lots to get caught and a move away from it. And all I'm seeing is people selling at the moment, which is actually not what I want to see. I think a resqueeze has come in here. Something's coming here for sure. They can't keep trading in this narrow range for too long. What's this level here? Keep having to remind myself. 70s is key. So I'd say 70s and 60s. Those are areas where we traded a huge amount of volume over the last, what's this, 15 minutes or so. 70s and 60s, and currently 78 or 80 is a big level. It doesn't feel like there is enough excess on this. I don't think higher day is in yet. I think there's still a move higher at the moment. Maybe they just don't. They don't want to give back today. Maybe they just prop it up. It's possible. It's possible. I would find it surprising. Here we go. What are you guys doing? Look at this tiny shit range that they've started doing the last few minutes. This tiny size in these candles. I don't think there's enough excess up there right now. Day 85s. There's a little bit, it's not a lot. Convinced. I'm looking for an outlier and I'm not seeing it yet. Not on the tape yet. Here we go. So new highs coming. Like I said, not enough excess up there yet. Stronger selling here. Stronger selling starting. I'm still not convinced. Just into that old range we've just created for the last 5 minutes or so. Nothing changed still. If we start to base above 82s, I cannot look for the short. I'm going to say that now. If we start to base above 82s, then the next level, it can trade all the way up to 850s. And oh my God, it's going to be ugly because that's taking back the whole move from yesterday. So if we start to base above 82s, I can't look for the short. I have said that all day long. The short will need to come in and around here or below it. Through this, all thesis goes out the window and it's going to reprice the whole of yesterday's move. Okay, it's the first time we've seen 100 lot come in and get paired off instantly. VIX still drifting lower at the moment. So no turnaround there on VIX. Yeah, basically, Dan, just like a long wick with, just think about a blow off top that you'd have in small caps. I'm looking for the same. So I don't want like a tiny wick with no volume in it. I'm looking for a long wick where it stopped out all the shorts, attracted lots of buyers in, and when we move down and I can see that the delta is caught in that long wick. When we have like a tiny little push and push and push and push and push, there's not enough volume in that, which means normally if we're going to put a higher day or a lower day in, it's going to be a wick like this and a move away. Okay, this is exaggerated. And in here, all right, we'll be buying delta, and in this move here, we'll be selling delta. So we trap the buyers, pair them off, move lower. That's what I'm looking for, excess in a wick up here. At the moment, these are tiny little walk ups, and we can well afford a move down into here when it's ready, but we have to be aware of this shelf. Once it lets go, it will offer it, but I'm still not convinced higher day is in quite yet. And you see how on the Bookmap they keep offering higher. They are just trying to attract the market to move up right now. And I don't see that we're seeing market sell orders come in. That's not a good look. What we want to see is market buy orders come in, no market sell orders, and us not move higher on the market buy orders. That's when I know, okay, there's passive selling, there's a legit seller here, and we move. Okay, so here we go, back towards these 80s. Okay, starting to see perk my interest. This guy's starting to slam it now. They can still catch this here. So watching this shelf here, same thing that we always talk about. They can still hold this. If we start seeing this, the rotation to here, and if we get lucky this is possible. I'm still not convinced high days in here, folks, but just so you can see what I'm looking at. Of course, I need a pee. That coffee's so strong. Okay, starting to move under this shelf now. Watching this closely. They can still save this. I'm watching it closely. Sellers are trying here. They're trying to get more aggressive at the low of this shelf. If they don't win, you know what happens. It means there's still a buyer on the tape passively trying to absorb. If we win, then we can get a rotation down, probably towards, I'd say, 50s and maybe 30s, and then maybe 700s. But let's just see. I'm still, like I said, I'm not convinced Hive Day is in yet, just based on what I'm looking at. But if we start moving, I will maybe play small size. No worries, Coop. Okay, a buyer just attempted there and didn't move. Still watching. I'm really interested at the moment because a buyer came flying in there and we didn't move. We are pairing him off with market orders at the moment. Not what I want to see specifically. Starting to see the tape move a bit heavier here. Look, we're starting to see the tape move heavier here, but how we react is what's actually important. And now you see, so they've caught them there. And can they complete this? So here's the battleground in this range that we just talked about, in this volume that we've just talked about. This is your battleground. We just looked below it and failed with trading back into it. This level here, 77, most volume traded here. I'm still not convinced higher day is in. I've said it over and over and over again. Not convinced there's enough excess at higher day yet, but let's see. If we keep rejecting here and buyers don't get their way, they will give up. They just become exhaustive and they will be forced to give up. Big selling coming in, followed by big buying again. So there's a real legitimate battle here of players in the market. VIX, low of day, but potentially finding a bid on a demand zone. Can afford a drift lower still. Demand zone's pretty big. It can afford a drift into 1720 and then 17, currently trading at 1738. Reclaim 1744, maybe we can have a little squeeze up to 1766s. So here they go. They're going to go for a new high day by the looks of it. Apple just gone green to red for the first time. I'd say 82s. 82s. If they defend 82s, the buyers up there will struggle. It's very tight. That last reaction was pretty good up there. Remember, 82s was previous day value area high according to NinjaTrader. I don't know. I don't know which one to believe anymore. According to TradingView, we're allowed to come all the way up here, but according to NinjaTrader, we're there or thereabouts. Remember, if we just reclaim all this and we base, we cannot trade short. If we reclaim all of this and we base, then there's a move back to yesterday's open, basically, yesterday's value. Back to here. We don't really want to see this. If we're going to come up here, I mean, kind of bonkers, but let's see. Can't rule it out, like I said. Can only trade what's in front of us. What was that last move? 84, so just through 82s. Still under it for now. Still not in, by the way, folks. I'm still waiting here patiently. This is all about timing here. Starting to see some sell pressure come in now. What's this next area? If we do get involved, these are your cover points. Oh, we're into lunch as well. What a nightmare. The volume's going to drift off now as well if we don't get it. Okay, interested. What's this edge here? 60s. I would need to see a rejection now of between 70 and 75. I still think I might be front side on this. Need to be really careful. But if I see big selling coming in here and momentum shift, I'll take it. I hate that on the book, some absolute arseholes just come in offering 800. That is just advertising being a prick. Fucking arsehole. Probably going to make liquidity try and pull up to it, which is not ideal. Okay, bigger selling coming in again here. I think we have a move rotation to 700s, honestly. I think it's possible if they've caught enough. Remember, all day, every failure all day has been gobbled up. We need to be aware of that. Nice. All right, let's see them. I'd feel way better if this guy stopped advertising. All right, if this guy gets stuck, I like it. Okay, in. Let's see, small size here. No, add on 70 and 75 if we reject. Still holding for now. This shelf here, you motherfucker. I'm tiny size because might be early, like I said, with this guy offering up here, trying to advertise price higher. Might have to lick a 10-point stop here if we don't see sellers step back on the tape. I don't want to hold through 75 because we can squeeze. We reclaim 75. I'm not interested. Take it off. I'll take the starter off if it reclaims. Has to reject that shelf. If we because if we reclaim 75, then we flag and we squeeze through to 800, and they fill that 500 lot you set up there. Very close to cutting this here. They need to reject this for me to want to stay in and think about adding size onto it. Otherwise, we just take a small stop on a tiny position. VIX's still not quite curling yet. Battle here for sure. Battle here for sure. I hate that it's into lunch as well. This is good here at 775. Look at this delta caught offside. 7. 775 and 777 are the areas where we've had big volume and a little bit tipped to the buy side. So that's why I'm looking for them to protect. If they can't protect it, we're going to make new hive day. It's just that simple. I can't fight these guys. They're too big. Where did that big seller get stuck before? I've got to remember that as well. 30s. Okay. Getting very close to cutting this starter here. I will add if it proves and we start breaking and staying heavy. Here come the sellers. They've got to take control here. They can't take control here. This is going to be just a shit fest into lunch. And the volume's dissipating. Here we go. Take control. Now or never. Now or never. You're there. You got to take control of it. I see you. Take control of it. Step on it. Step on it. Step on it. Mate, if they don't break this, I'm out. You got to flush. Go, 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 go. Come on. Come on. Cover coming up. First cover coming up into this shelf. Come on. Come on. Oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. Show his orders. Call it out first. Fucking suck it, mate. All right, so I've covered one here. Stop's now in the money. I'm actually just going to look for a big wash here. All right, so for you guys, like, here you go. All right. Let's see. Let's see if we can do some damage. Yeah, I want to see follow through back towards this big shelf down here would be nice. They might well protect this. This is what they've done earlier, right? Like internal sweep, 1, 2, catch and go. There isn't much excess here, which worries me a little bit. But if we let go of this, then obviously this becomes highly probable, right? Because this is where most of the volume is. And this is where I think we want to trade today. I wouldn't be surprised if we close the day trading in there. Here we go. Oh! 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 Oh, baby! Let's fucking go! Let's fucking go! Make sure you're paying yourself into the shelf, all right, team? Like I said, the only thing I'm not sure about, there's not a lot of excess at that high. I'm trying to give it a chance to really get washy. But Apple, Amazon, and then Microsoft all starting to sell. VIX, it's in a demand block. I mean, the last 15 minutes are green, but it's just trading sideways. So there's no like huge reaction off the VIX yet. So as long as you're paying yourself and your stops in the money, you know, we have squeezed up all day. We look good. There's no reason to be covering full size here. I'm looking for a wash lower, and I've paid myself. Just be careful. You're seeing like some big sellers step in here at these lows. This is where they get caught. This is not what you want to see. These fucking idiots down here. Pardon my God, I've got to sort out my language, guys. I have to sort it out. It's so bad. So I'm just like, how are you trading? Why are you shorting that low down there, buddy? All right, I've got my stop in. I'm going to use the bathroom. I'll be back. Hopefully we flush towards 700. Let me actually just move this up a little bit in case we flush. There we go. All right. Still, oh, that's a bit shaky. Let me have a look at that volume. Yeah, that guy got caught. So, as long as you defend these guys here, basically 775, if you're holding, you're okay. So let's just go over what I was looking at there, and then we can do a giveaway, because I know some of you are waiting for that. Okay, I'm out of this now. If it squeezes out, so be it. Like I said, it's done it all day, hasn't it? That two-leg and recovery, and you know, I've been positioned for the fail, and it hasn't done it today. And that's just how it is in range rotation. Like sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't. And what Sod's law says, the moment I step off the computer, it's going to do a massive range rotation. It's always the way. All right, so if we look at Bookmap, all right, what we've seen today is every attempt for sellers to take control, let's remove the drawings, hasn't played out. Where are my drawings? So 10 a.m. sideways action. Why didn't it clear that? Didn't I just tell it to clear it? Or we can just zoom in anyway, right? Because this is the same thing. All right, this was the attempt for sellers to move lower. Look at the common theme. All right, sellers, these are market orders, the bubbles. And do we move lower? No, which means what? There's passive buying here. There's someone absorbing the tape here. So we walk up. These sellers become market buyers. They get squeezed out. We go above the next level. They have the same attempt here. They get caught at the lows. We absorb, move higher. This is the first time at 10:28 today into 7:15s where we see some buying at the highs, right? It gets paired off. Do we move higher? This is literally how you watch the market, folks. Do we move higher up here off this big buying? No, which means this is the first time today. Okay, there's some passive selling into 700, 715s. We move lower, we retest where the sellers got stuck. Here's your structure, all right? So we go sideways, 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 sideways. This is the range being developed. So this same area where buyers got stuck, they try again, they fail. They try where sellers get stuck, they fail. Here's your rotation. All right, 80s to 15s, basically. Rotation, 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 rotation. Failed, look above, rotation, 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 rotation. Failed, look above. Same thing happens, all right? This is the third time today that at these highs up here above 715s, this guy, these guys, these guys, these guys, these guys, these guys, these guys get stuck. So I know there is someone looking for what I'm looking for. He's trying to sell, and he's trying to wait for them to get stuck. And then they take control, they sell back down. So I think we took this trade. So this isn't a bad trade either. Sort of 50 points. Again, same thing at the lows. Look at the lows, the opposite. Sellers getting stuck at the lows. Sellers getting stuck at the lows. Heavy selling. Sellers with size stuck at the lows. We go back to top of range. Range, 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 range. I'm going to show you what I was looking at. We traded this short for this breakdown. We covered here. One of you took this W pattern here. Will it let me draw it? Can I draw freehand? Is there a way of doing that? Oh, maybe not. This here, how can I do another one? One of you took my exit, so I exited down there. And this is where, again, the same thing happens. Sellers at the low, sellers at the low, sellers at the lows. They get caught and we squeeze out of it, all right? Look at all these sellers. Look what happens to them here. They become buyers on the tape, all right? And big squeeze, all right? And this is what I've been waiting for all day, 750 to 780 squeezes, right? Because what I want to see is when we get up here, I want to see more of this, basically, 366 lot. All right, I wanted to see lots of that. We saw a little bit here. I had to wait because you can see here, instead of trapping loads of people, we just went sideways. All right, so there was nothing to do in here. If we'd seen tons of this and then a sell, I'd be interested. And then we break out of this, then we see bullish momentum coming, big buys, big buys, big buys, big buys, big buys, sideways. Again, this is not ideal. This is not A+, because what I want to see in here, instead of lots of selling, what I actually want to see is lots of buying. All right, I want to see lots of buying in here with us not moving higher. All right, because if these were all big green bubbles and we weren't moving higher, then I know, okay, passive sellers on the tape. These guys are going to be market buyers, are going to get caught. The reason I didn't fully size in was because it wasn't A+, because I don't see, an excess high. Imagine we had Imagine we had like huge green bubbles. Is this it? Imagine we had huge green bubbles up here and then came straight down. All right, that would be the excess. That would be me going, hey, that's a failed look above. Now game's on. So I had to put a little bit in because it gave that feel that, okay, they're not moving higher. We're going to break this range. If we're going to break this range, where are we going to break down towards? Where was the last base? Where did we break out of? Which is why this has to be a cover point, right? So when we take this short, cover into here, like we said. If we break down further, fantastic. We get the move all the way back to there, but we can't guarantee that because we have to respect structure. This, if you are a short seller in here and it comes back down to there, what are you doing? You're covering. Right, so now we're just trapped between these two ranges. This is all that's happening now. Here is your demand. And here currently is your supply, and I'd say it's pretty weak supply, to be honest, because again, we don't have much excess. But these will be the rotations now. Once we get under here, there's some more fun to be had in this market. We're just going to trade between these until they make their decision. All right, so that's what I was watching. I do have a footprint chart that I'm also looking at, just to make that clear, but that's why I can see like that area is more accurate. I'm not going to teach that on here. It's way too much. I'll do it in the course. Okay. Why is this not clearing all of this? Okay. Shall we pull some winners? How many have we got on stream? Do we have enough? Oh, sorry. Sorry, folks. Okay, like I said, not enough excess, so it's probable that we take this out. And this move here is the same as we've had all day. All right, just see the patterns emerging. All right, it's the same as we've had all day. This one was a little bit different, but pretty much the same. It's a two-leg. Hello. It's a two-leg, and we built liquidity here to go higher. This one was the same. This is a two-leg. And we built liquidity here to go higher. All right, it's the same trap. That's what you're seeing today. Two-leg go higher, two-leg go higher, two-leg go higher. I'm trying to time that top. I'm not picking the top. Remember, I'm not picking the top. I'm trying to time it. It's very, very different. I'm not adding and adding and adding up here. I'm looking for the weakness because I don't know. All right, when I'm trading this, I'm short for this. I'm covering this. And if I get lucky, I add in here and I get that and that and that and that. And then my core position is left up high. What I'm not doing is guessing the top. That is not what I'm doing. It's a very different trade. Okay. Shut your mouth, Alex, and give them what they want, which is probably an Apex account and course. Have we got enough likes on the stream, though? That's the big question. No, we haven't. We're not even a little bit close, I don't think. Oh, we are. I'm way behind. 168 likes on stream. Okay. Let me just answer these questions first because I'm going to lose them otherwise. Yeah. Language and insults could improve. I don't think I insult anyone. I think I might get defensive over people that come in here and stir shit. There's my language again. But I don't think I insult anyone. I'm very kind to 99.9% of people in here, and I go above and beyond out of my way to help you. Let's see. Okay, mini course and Bookmap. Maybe we can do a private lesson on it in Discord, Scott, this week or something. Yes, you're right. I actually did do it. I actually did do it for Discord. You're right. It's in the private lessons tab, Scott. I think Clint posted it. No, I do need to improve my language. Like, it needs to get better. I need to improve as a person. I need to improve my language. Okay, let's get everybody. So we'll do a free beginner course, and then we'll do an Apex giveaway as well. Okay, wrong way around. Type course in chat. We'll give away the course first. So type course in chat. Only need to type it once. And we'll give away a free introduction course. How are my swings looking here? Only one I'm down on is OSCR. Everything else still really good. Still 61% up on AMD. I did sell 80% of that portfolio. All right, so I was clear about that. Still holding Amazon, 17% up on that. And still holding Apple. I did sell some into that 170 push, so 31% up on that. Still looks good. I like the relative strength in Apple, so it's making me want to add more on dips. To be honest, it's the way it's holding up is very impressive. And I still think this market moves to new highs before end of year. Don't think the top's in. I don't. I think we've got trap volume, but I think we'll see a November pullback and a push to new highs. That's gut instinct. Give you guys a couple more minutes. Yeah, you can win giveaways. You can win giveaways. everyone. I have it set so everyone can win. Don't worry. No, I'm not in a trade. Like I said, I covered here. Partial here. Any reclaim of this I wasn't interested in. So I was positioned in case we wanted to roll. Partial here, stop here, and this is a 2-leg, which is going to make a new high now. It's absolutely going to make a new high now. It doesn't have to, but it's highly probable we'll make a new high because we lack excess. We've got like a 20 lot at the high. That's it. I mean, it's not enough. I don't think you can trade MT5 with TPT. No. Daniela, I use trading 212 for investing. All right, let's pull this winner. Lou Riley. Do I feel like you've won the course before, Lou? Maybe not. But yeah, if you have, I can re-roll it. Or you can give it to a mate. It's up to you. Just let me know you're in chat. Nice, Lou. All right, here's the stop hunt. This is what I was talking about. See this? This is what I was talking about. This is what I wanted to see to know a high's in. All right, look at all this volume up here. If we don't move higher, this is how you know a high's in. Look at this volume up here. If we fail to move higher now, look at the Bookmap. This is now we have excess. That's big excess on that up there now. 350 lot. You can see the delta, they got trapped. So above 88, we went 123 delta, 100 delta, 100 delta, 100 delta, 40 delta at the highs. If we move away from that now, then these buyers will be trapped. This is the kind of thing I was looking for earlier when I was looking for that trade. So it has perked my interest even into lunch, which is not ideal, but maybe I'll sit here a bit longer. I do need to take my dog out, though. It's not ideal. So now I'd be very cautious of this shelf here, though. We've just built out a ton of volume in here. But if they leave this and leave this, the rotation will start to happen. That's the first time we've trapped a lot of buying at the highs. We need to see a reaction to move lower, though. That was a lot of buying at the highs. I did, yeah. There was not enough excess on it. Now you can see it now, what I was talking about. Remember we just drew out, like I would want to see big bubbles up here. 319. Okay, and I can tell you on that 1 minute candle, the delta to the buy side from, so we're trading at POC right now at 90. Above that, we have excess from 90 to 800. So that's kind of where they've got excess at the moment. They've trapped them there, but we haven't moved away from it yet. So the key is we know buyers got caught in here, or they've bought big in here. We need to move away from them, because if these buyers are going to be our entry, right, we need to see the guys who just entered in here, right, the delta. Look at this delta down here, the big volume here. If we move away from here and let go of this, we will use their pain to drift lower. If we don't move away from it, it's irrelevant, right, because they'll just sit still. We have to move away from them. Let's do, oh, sorry. Lou, I see you there, buddy. Can you shoot me an email, info@flowzonetrader.com, and just send me a screenshot of your YouTube with you logged in so I know it's you. I'm going to make a note of your name now, and I'll sort you out with a free course. Let's do that down here. Free course. And let's pull an apex winner. I've just got one eye on this market as we squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. Let me set up this. How do I do it? All right, yeah, just type FZT in chat. Blaze, you'll need to type it again, mate. You did it before I got the chance to set it. Okay, so these buyers still not trapped yet because we're still moving upside. All right, so the volume's there, but we're still moving upside. So they're comfortable. Think about if you bought that high and we're still moving higher, you're still comfortable, right? We're looking, if we're going to trade away from them, we need to move away from them. So what happens next is the key. The 30-minute chart today looks absolutely terrible. It's literally just been marched upwards with value and point of control moving up every time. At this point, we're getting that close to previous day open and stuff. You've got to wonder. It's it's not that hard. It's not that much higher. Mental. Maybe they do it on Trump news. I don't know. More buying here coming in again. What are we seeing on the mag? Apple trying to go red to green. VIX still at lower day. ES is into like quite a big pivot, and it's 5-day moving average here. As is the ES and the SPY, both into 5-day moving averages here. So they've probably rotated. Yeah, they have. If you look at the spiders, it's literally rotated from 20-day to the 5-day. That's the rotation it's done today. That very typical rotation. Give you guys a few more minutes here. So just type it once in chat. You only need to type it once. Big buyer stuck up there, 200 lot. And then a 311 lot. Starting to see it build up there. Delta starting to build up there on footprint. Above 800 right now, they are stuck. All right, let's pull this winner. Ron S. Ron S. Are you here, Ron S? Interested if sellers take control here. I'm still interested in the same move. There you go. They're starting to take control here. So buyers are now stuck above 800. We're starting to move away from them. There's potential that tops in on the day. Structurally, we're not moving as in tops in, but I'm interested now, especially if we let go of these key levels. So this is what we were looking for. We literally just did a lesson on it, and now you're seeing it live. So there we go. I don't know anyone else who would teach you this for free on YouTube, but there we go. So Ron S, are you here, Ron S? Have you messaged me? Need to know you're here, mate. I'll give you a couple more minutes. Let me know you're here. There you are. Okay. Same thing for you, Ron. You just shoot me an email, please. I'm going to make a note of you. Shoot me an email, info@flowzonetrader.com. Send me a screenshot of your YouTube, please, my friend, so I can see that you're logged in. Just so I know it's you, and I will sort you out a free Apex account, any size that you want. All right, still absorbing. So I'm going to let these guys out again. They're trying to sell into it. So it's still not interested now. They've had the chance. They've had the opportunity today, shorts, to take over. They're not taking it. They are not taking it. You just got to wonder, is Trump just... is this him on the tape? Is this Barron on the tape and he's about to say, like he said last night or this morning, oh, we're going to move to new highs again in the market. Is that all it needs? Well, kind of nuts. Congrats, Ron Burgundy. Yeah, I love it. What kind of PC? I don't know. I built my PC. It's not like a specific kind. I built it. It's not a pre... Here we go. More of a stop hunt here. This is the same thing. This is perking my interest big time at the moment. It feels close. But the thing is that the more... like, we're starting to print above 780s, which is like, we don't want to see that. Because we're getting close to maybe drifting all the way up into there. But there we go. Check the news here. Can you imagine if they reclaim all of the previous day and previous week value? Will be somewhat wild to do it in one day, the way the market's moving. We're coming back up to, what's that value pivot on the daily? 857. Can you imagine? I can imagine. It's not far away. It is not far away. All right, team, that's it for me. That's it for me. I'd be looking at the same thing, but again, the danger now, we're above that 780. So, you know, low-hanging fruit seems to be drawing towards all the way to the high 8s right now. And, you know, this just feels like a bullish train. If you look at the 30-minute, since the start of the day, all we've done is print upside. There is no red candle. There's no pause in hesitation. And you've got to wonder, with Trump speaking, I think one of you said he's speaking at 1 o'clock, is it? So in 20 minutes, you've got to wonder what he's going to do and say. Maybe they just want to reclaim the old previous week value. That will be really gross to do it the day after. I'm going to be honest. That's it's bonkers. It's absolute bonkers. But at the moment, it's looking like we're at least going to retest that next block, because every chance sellers have had of trapping these buyers, they've not taken it. But let's see. Those in Discord are being... I've got to take Luna out for like an hour or so, and I'll be back later, and we can see what setups we get. But don't force your way in. No guessing tops, please. Just like, if the market doesn't exhaust, it doesn't exhaust. Like we said, we trade when it's there. If it's not there, you know, maybe I could have been long and strong all day today. But it goes against all thesis of being long up here. But hey, this market's been rewarding exuberant buyers for a long time now. All right, team, and everyone else, see you tomorrow morning. Same thing, 9:15. We do the pre-market show and trade into lunch. Those who won today, congratulations. Make sure you shoot me those emails. Peace and love. And yeah, see you guys in the morning.